Hey everybody, welcome. So, it is Weeby Wednesday. I said I'd probably be playing Tales of Arise or Fantasian, which are kind of the two JRPGs I've been picking at lately, but I'm swerving it, switching it up. Let me swap up my game title here. Yeah, Chrono. For a long time, this was my favorite PlayStation 1 game. I'm wondering in retrospect why that is or was. The soundtrack's phenomenal. So all you have to do is listen to it. Unfortunately, like the soundtrack seemed way more expressive than the actual game, the characters, or the story. The artwork I remember being incredible. The story was definitely in the like post-Twin Peaks glow, post-Evangelion glow that a lot of like Japanese writing seemed to be very existential, very ethereal. Wasn't there a DS port? Not of Chrono Cross. Chrono Trigger had a DS port, yeah. Why hasn't either Chrono game seen an HD port to modern platforms? Well, so Square does have a mobile version of Trigger that I think that they ported around. It's on PC, I believe. Is it the DS port that's on PC? I don't know. I am curious to play it again to see what resonates. I remember just loving the music so much. The music itself almost tells a story and has a whole emotional journey and package that may or may not be in the game itself. Yeah, and there's tons of characters. Because that's the thing that I guess they derived from the first game, is that people really love optional characters that you can get in your party. So they went banana pants on that feature. I guess Suikoden was also... It seemed like that was one thing that RPGs were experimenting with to be more next gen, is to just have billions of playable characters. The DS port gets tossed around and it's horrible, except it has an anime in it. Yeah, Toriyama like actually did anime. Well, I thought that was in the PlayStation 1 port that had the animation sequences. Unless the DS port has more anime. I want the intro video to play. Damn it, I hit a button. Hold on. Because the intro video is pretty rad. And you know what's fucked up? It doesn't play the full PS boot. It just does this. It doesn't do the I don't know why. I don't know why. Sony, what are you thinking? Jesus Christ, Sony. Get your shit together. I have a new backwards compatibility. The Final Fantasy Anthology version? Yes. I think. Am I mixing that up? Maybe, I don't know. It's ancient history at this point. I don't know. Does that mean anything? Is it just there to be there? Look, like, Sergei's even doing a kind of Sora thing. That whole sort of like palms out, standing in an ethereal transition zone shit. I feel like Sora did that. That was like Sora's pose. If you want that OG opening, you gotta get the PS 20-year theme for your system. It's free. For a PS3? Oh, Final Fantasy Chronicles. The load times were awful. Yes. Because it had to load into and out of battle sequences. Yes, the games that were like... I don't know. I did not want to play them, even though I loved the like 16-bit Final Fantasy games, because of load times. It was like a load every time you went into a fight. It sucked. It really busted up the flow of the game. Well, that's right. There's like a visual novel, too, that supports the story of this game. It came out on Super Nintendo and never got released in the West. Radical Dreamers. I thought about trying to do a play of, like, playing through Chrono Trigger and then trying to play... I think there's a translation of Radical Dreamers out. So... seeing if somewhere in there something connects up. I know that there are literal plot hooks in this that do tie to the original Chrono Trigger. And it in a Matrix sort of way kind of establishes a meta story around the first game. And I remember being kind of into it. I remember a big complaint about this game was that it didn't seem like it was in any way related to Chrono Trigger, which is, by the end of it, there are some concrete connections, but they're kind of, I don't know. They could just as well not be there, and this game will still be what it is. Yeah, maybe the fan translation is worth checking out. I thought I remember reading about that, being like, oh, now I can figure out what the hell's going on. Who Kid is? Who knows? All right. Well, let's start the video game. Maybe it's also okay that it is just sort of a grand flight of fantasy, that it doesn't ever congeal into a very literal story. I mean, I don't know that... I don't think this controller even has rumble in it, but you know what? Let's live lush. Let's live fat. What the... This UI is pretty wild. How do you... Wait. There we go. What? Weird. I really want to call him Goku, because I don't think he ever talks, and he's not a character. Sort of. Sergei is kind of a... That's kind of a spoiler. Name him Catboy. That would be a spoiler. You know what? Fine, I'll be... Hold on. I feel like any funny name I come up with is just like a less funny version of Two Best Friends or something. A Game Grumps name. Confirmation sound is Kingdom Hearts sounding. I find it fascinating to see the sort of design elements that a lot of Squaresoft games share from that time. Because there were the games that kind of exploded out and got super popular. But they were trying that stuff in other games too that didn't quite hit. So it's weird. I don't know. It's weird to kind of have an impression that sort of feels Kingdom Heartsy, because I remember the story being pretty Kingdom Heartsy, and the artwork is pretty outrageous. It's just not very Disney. I'm curious. I'm curious to test that out. Huh. What the... How does that keep happening? Bim? That's not cool. I'll just go with default. I'm not... Inspiration isn't, name him Bum. Yeah, inspiration wasn't striking. I didn't want to hold it up too much. Oh shit, I do have rumbles. Look at that. Alright, Sony. You get some points back. I remember I remember this game because I remember getting back to the point where it starts. Like, it starts and some shit's going down. Like, I don't know, anime really likes doing that shit. But I remember getting back there and still not being sure what the hell was going on. Being like, okay. This came out 99-2000. This was like one of the latest PlayStation 1 games, huh? remember the characters you get, or the third character you get in your intro party is random. And there's what, like... There's like 60 characters in the game or something. And there's a, what do they call it? A dialecticizer. So the game has a script, and it basically, it was like Google Translate. It feeds the script through the dialect of whoever's talking. And it just sort of maps certain phonetics and phrases to different things. It makes the dialogue a bit awkward, though, because it's not customized for each character. So there can be just weird beats where characters just kind of say things or utter phrases that are just... you know, Animal Crossing, like, you can teach people phrases and then they'll say it back to you, and then they'll go off to another island and it won't make any sense out of context. This game kind of has that because of its, like, weird translation engine. And I think that also feeds into this notion of this game being hazy and dreamlike and kind of hard to pin down exactly what's going on or who's doing what. It's a series of, like, evocative moments. And the music really draws that out. And in that way, again, I'm finding a lot of spiritual similarity to Kingdom Hearts. Transition from FMV to pre-rendered backgrounds, it's very era-specific. Yes, it is PS1 Square. That is 100% what they focused on. But I've been wanting to replay this for a while, but the reason I'm replaying it now is I guess the rumors broke out, and I didn't actually look into them. But I'm curious. Apparently there are rumors that this game is being remade, which makes very little sense to me, despite being a... Hold on, I gotta turn on my... Analog sticks aren't on? Hold on. Boom. Yeah. Oh my god, run is not default. You have to hold a button to run! Isn't Chrono Cross like one of the saddest JRPGs of all time? Yeah, you could read that in there. There's a healthy dose of existential dread by the end of the game, provided that you follow it through all of its weird philosophical hoops, and it gets out there. So I think it shook a lot of players off before they got to the end or were willing to like try and make sense of the end. In retrospect, I'm not sure exactly what I took away from it, so it'll be interesting to replay it. Hey, what's up, Waldo? Just dabbling back in the classics, pulling the dusty tomes from the shelf, the ancient Jedi texts. I gotta stay current. I gotta stay current here. Okay, so the battle system is kind of weird too. Characters have stats, but your stats are limited by a star rank. And your star rank only goes up when you fight bosses. So they put you under pretty hard caps based on how many bosses you fought. Also, I remember the plot is actually pretty non-linear. You can miss stuff pretty easily. You can just do stuff out of order. Yeah, for every round you get stamina to spend. The more you attack, the higher your attack percentage goes. And the more you land hits, the more you charge your magic, which you can then spend the next round when you have more stamina. Or you can do, like, a few hit attacks and then cast magic. No grinding? I don't remember grinding much. So the only time you need to grind, really, is because of the magic system, which is weird. You have this grid that you equip spells into, and spells are kind of like items, except they don't go away when you use them, but they go away when you equip them. So if you want multiple casts of cure, you need multiple cures to drop in your spell grid. And some of those spells, I remember being like, they had drop rates, so you had to basically fight items, or you have to fight enemies and hope that the spell you want drops, or something like that. Oh yeah, that's right, casting a spell is always 7 stamina. And you go negative, and then you have to spend turns like recovering stamina to get back positive so you can take a turn again. And it's like, it's the stamina you spend that comes back to, I don't know. And then there's a whole affinity system. I like how they give you the galaxy-destroying spell right off the top. Why make players wait till the end to see your cool 3D spells showcase systems? Wasn't each character itself also a certain element? Yes. So each character has an affinity, an elemental affinity. See, I'm getting stat ups because I'm still under the cap. And once you hit the cap, look at this UI though. There's like character art stripes in the background. There's a lot of numbers and text. Max healing without using consumables. All right. So yeah, I guess whatever spells you have unused in your spell slots, you can use at the end of combat to heal back, because I guess they didn't want to incentivize burning turns at the end just so you could get free heals before your your spells refresh the next combat encounter. Actually, wait, do they refresh on combat encounters? I don't know if you get your spells back after every fight. You might have to go sleep or something. What's up, LSGC FPS BOB306? Hello and welcome. Look at this background art though. Like they're clearly going wilder on the like lighting effects painted on top of pre-rendered stuff. And it's not really the like rounded. It's a bit more artistic flair than, or different artistic flair, I should say, than kind of what you see in 7. Something like Final Fantasy 7, which is like anime, cyberpunk anime aesthetic. Favorite game soundtrack? Yeah, same here by far. I still actually have the soundtrack just sitting over there. Okay, it is gone. All right. So I guess you have to, I guess you have to rest to recover your spells. And then, also, there's the, field effect thing in the upper left. Every time you cast a spell, it cycles out the last color. And if you fill the field effect with a particular color, it gives a boost to that element. Except, the fucking weird thing is, I don't know why they do that, because enemy spells matter too. And if you're going to use an element, it's not going to be the one the enemy's casting on you, because that's what it's going to be strong against. So I found most boss fights were me just like trying to like rush the field effect gauge, because if the enemy took a turn, they would just insert their color into it and kind of throw it off. So I don't know. That's a weird system that I felt like didn't really kind of congeal into something that made sense on a grander scale. Field effect made getting the good ending a huge pain in the butt. Yeah, I don't think I ever actually did. So that's another reason I'm curious to revisit this game, is because I never actually got I didn't bother, because yeah, to actually get the Chrono Cross and like cast the right ability in the right fight, it's just a huge pain in the ass. Because the enemies keep coming in and fucking up the field effect gauge. So I think I got the bad ending and I was like, whatever. Because at that point also I didn't quite... I think I was bummed. Like, the game bummed me out, and the bad ending makes you even more bummed. So I was like, you know what? That's good enough. I think I've got what I came here for. Plus, at that point, I think I needed to look up a guide. I think near the end of the game, they start dropping clues about the Chrono Cross and where to find it. But I'll be damned if that made any sense to me at the time. 97%. God, like an XCOM soldier over here. I think if they remake the game, they'll keep it close to the original with minor changes. I hope it doesn't turn audiences off from playing this gem. Yeah, Square remakes tend to take very bizarre artistic license sometimes. But maybe that's because the ones I'm thinking about typically are trying to bridge like 16-bit aesthetic to modern time, and this has maybe a bit more of expressed style, so there's just less room for interpretation. Can't remember. Did you play Final Fantasy XIV? Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gearing up to go in hard on Endwalker. And yeah, I'm very hyped for Endwalker. No, the next Friday, I guess Friday after next, I should say. I'm planning to do a 24-hour stream, which is about 12 hours after early access starts. So hopefully the servers won't be melting. But yeah, 24-hour subathon. With chapters of Doom novels sprinkled in between, because people seem to really enjoy that last time. So I tried to find some really bad Final Fantasy fan fiction or something to make it a little more topical, but I don't know. I just found a lot of stuff that was written on purpose to be bad. So I like how they They did this a little bit in 7, but it seems a little better here. The sort of adding visual elements on top of the pre-rendered background to make it look a little more alive and moving. So these kind of glowing and flickering lights. What 7 did would be have a pre-rendered background, and then a portion of that pre-rendered background would be animated. Well, which gave it a weird kind of fuzzy look. This seems to be a pre-rendered background with like graphical effects drawn on top, which looks a little more consistent actually. Oh yeah, the models actually get brighter. That's kind of neat. It's interesting to see the refinement, the technological refinement of this 3D polygonal character on top of 2D background game, because they made a lot of these. Well, maybe a lot might be strong. Maybe like a grip, like 10 or 10, maybe? Maybe that's too much. Anyway, yeah, Flynn Fly Taggart will be back with Arlene, world's deadliest duo. Oh yeah, Malcolm. Remake 1 had really good pre-rendered backgrounds. Ooh, I'm thinking about it. It's a juicy game. I like that they kept Remake 1 as it is so far. Do you think they would ever remake it again? So there's like 3 versions of Resident Evil 1. I don't know why that seems more ludicrous than like the situation we're already in, where games just get remade infinitely. The fact that they're like rolling through multiple World of Warcraft classic expansions both blows my mind, but also I kind of makes sense. Like, kind of makes sense. Do we know why Toriyama wasn't involved with Chrono Cross character design? No, actually. I do not know. Dante360, thanks for the prime. How do you have all of the discs for Chrono Cross in your genuine PS2? Because they're right here. Well, one's inside right now, but I mean, this is the copy of Chrono Cross I've had for like the past 20 years. And I'm not playing it on a PS2, I'm playing it on a PS3. But yeah, keeping it secret and keeping it safe is how. Yeah, this is a wholly legal, genuine, #real hardware, genuine, authentic, #real gameplay. I lost one as a child? I guess I wasn't really a child when I was like an early teen. Are they remaking Legend of Dragoon? I saw some rumor about that, but I think it was just somebody being like, "Hey, what if they made another Legend of Dragoon?" It seems like it's ripe. You could make a game like that. Like same scale. I mean like 2D characters talking to each other in text boxes. We don't need, well, some cutscenes would be nice, but maybe like 1 or 2 dragon smashing cutscenes. You could do a Legend of Dragoon team of like 20 maybe. Something like a year and a half, 2 years. Sony doesn't seem super interested in publishing games of that scale anymore. They've kind of phased it out. It seems. I can't think of any tiny games that they make anymore. Like they used to, they used to fund a lot of very small experimental games. And some of them would get like artistic acclaim, like Flower or Unfinished Swan, they're like living poetry video games. They seem to have sort of lost the taste for that. Ubisoft too, kind of a shame. Most big publishing houses are just like, man, fuck that artsy fartsy shit. We're here to make Spider-Man and make billions of dollars. So, yeah. Doing a long play of this, maybe. I would like to revisit this game more completely because I remember being in love with it, but I wonder how much of that is just how beautiful the soundtrack is. Is it purely just the soundtrack rules? They need to do a Xenogears remake, but let them finish the second disc so it isn't just Saitan sitting on screen giving you an exposition dump. That's an interesting notion. Giving people the budget to complete original visions. Or maybe even revisit that vision and remake the idea, but with the benefit of 20 years of experience in a different context. I like that idea a lot. How long have you been playing the game? I mean, last 5 minutes. This is, for real, the beginning. This is the prologue that's not meant to make any sense, and then the game starts. Why would I kill a waifu? And why would I be happy about it? Man, it's when I played this, I had never seen Twin Peaks, and I had no idea that it became a weird cultural phenomenon in Japan. It's really not hard to see some of those influences. Man, that is a cozy font, though. This game has hands down my favorite anime intro music of all time. Yeah. Time Scar. Now this track is crazy cozy. One thing I'm pretty sure I drunkenly rambled about it on my birthday, which is I think when I last played this. But something that is so, if you'll forgive the pun, instrumental to the soundtrack being so outrageous is they added the little whip of like somebody's fingers sliding across a guitar string. So it's like it almost convinces you it's all like full normal recording because that little whip is in there. It's really nice. And like there's that chirp of sort of like plucking a string that's usually not there when it's synthesized. Ooh, little rods. Thank you for the love. It's easy to fall in love to this song, isn't it? There it was. There's that whip. But like this music combined with some, like just the... I remember this game being very tropical. Like all the backgrounds were just super, super sunny and colorful. Yeah, Square Enix had nothing to do with Legend of Dragoon. That was a Sony production. I don't... What studio made that? Oh, it was Japan Studio. Okay, so... Now Asobi? Yeah. Well, like half Asobi. Yeah, Sony just doesn't seem like they're really in that game anymore. You can almost see it in their releases, too. Just looking at the release list on Wikipedia, they increasingly made more portable stuff. They made some downloadable stuff for PS4, but even their PS4 run is like way tinier than it used to be. And then PS5, and then they're gone, or merged into Asobi. But like, I can't imagine Asobi's gonna start cranking out like bite-size experimental games. That just doesn't seem like what anyone's into these days. I guess that realm has been left to like Annapurna and Devolver, New Blood. Limited Run, you know. That was what was the last Sony first-party JRPG. Was one of the Pixel Junks kind of like an RPG? Oh, they did Legend of Legaia too. Oh, that makes sense. Huh. I can't remember. I mean, JRPGs have been out of vogue for a very long time. Both, I think, popularly and also just sales-wise. I don't think they turn that much money. But I think that's shifted recently. I don't know. A lot of things have shifted. Just a ton of money in general has flowed into video games. Particularly like post-quarantine, but it's just been growing and growing so crazy big that a lot of like more niche genres are becoming a lot more viable, which is fantastic. Yergi. See, like if you change your name, did they just throw a Y on the end of it? Dang it, man. Now that's making me wish that I had put in a custom name, because if it gets dialecticized, there could be some comedy there. Like, what if my name's character... That's it, I'm starting over. What if his name was like Butt? It's already making me laugh. All right. I'm gonna have to play that intro again, but any good JRPG, you got to start over like 4 times. Tug Nug? Ooh, that's not bad. Actually, just Nug might be good. My son. I think the traditional turn-based RPG system has fallen out of favor. Yeah, for not necessarily immaterial reasons. There are games like Persona that still find a lot of value there. Yeah, Dragon Quest. I mean, there are big games out there proving that turn-based can still be fun, like a dragon. I think the key thing is that all of those games have some little spice. They got a little dash of salt on top. Persona 5 and Shin Megami Tensei 5 got a lot of hype. Yeah. It's the last thing I ever expected to say, but it seems like JRPGs are doing pretty well. There's like the Trails in the Sky series. A lot of reason to be happy. All right. I'm hoping if I just call my guy Nug, hopefully the dialecticizer will do wondrous things with that. I think in this intro you can skip most of the combat. I was playing cinematic before. Legend of Heroes is low-key the best JRPG series out right now. Yeah, it's when Trails in the Sky or Trails of Cold Steel, sorry, 1 came out. I played it for a couple of hours and I was like, Jesus Christ! What happened? Suddenly there's some fantastic PS1 era RPGs coming out, and it turns out they were actually from a studio that's been making that series for like 30 years. So hopefully they weathered the storm, and now we live in this sort of weird golden age of PC, like mid-range PC games being really, really viable. Wait, normal. I have to set the controllers back. There we go. I mean, actually, even well, no, it's got analog movement. Look at this, different character. Any plans on playing more Pathfinder? I need to. No plans at the moment, but I do intend to go back to it. There's man, there's just so many good. I haven't even played Game Deck yet, which I'm really excited to check out. I haven't played the Trials of Mana remake. I replayed Secret of Mana to be like, hey, I wonder how this game held up. Held up pretty good, but I replayed that and didn't even move on to the Trials remake, which everyone said was super solid. Yeah, Dragon Quest 12. Did East 9 come out, or is that still coming out soon? Maybe that one came out. Basic dude like Ni no Kuni? I mean, Ni no Kuni's awesome too. Ni no Kuni 2 was really surprising. I hope that series gets to keep going. Okay, East 9 was out at the beginning of the year. Well, I'm sure they're working on East 10 then. Jeez. I played through the first East in the PSP re-release, which was... I enjoyed it. It was definitely a... It was an old game. It took me a while to get used to, like, bonking into people to hurt them. That took a while, but I got there. And yeah, Dragon Quest XI is just delightful. I always have a good time when I sit down with Dragon Quest XI. It's interesting. They pull you into like a really kind of like approachable and heartwarming bite-sized story, sort of. I stopped playing 11 because I was salty about the definitive edition nonsense. Yeah, I'm glad I waited. And to some degree, you gotta kind of see this coming nowadays, but... Yeah, there's always re-releases. I played Persona 5 before Royal came out. And then... I finished it at least. I would have been extra awash if I had been in the middle of Persona 5 when Royal came out. Damn it. Ooh, AJ Cross, you got here from checkmyasshole.com. I don't think that's mine. That's not mine. I think Look at My Butthole might be my secret website. You played 5 and then 5 Royal? Oh man. After finishing 5, I didn't want to sit through or play through 100 hours of the same stuff. That's time I could use playing another JRPG that I've already beat. Chrono Cross. Although I don't know. I don't know if it counts as beating it. If I didn't get the good ending. I guess that's the other thing they inherited from Chrono Trigger is multiple endings. And I think it has New Game Plus too. I think that was the idea behind the randomized characters, is that if you played it through multiple times, you would get different characters in your party. And they would speak in a different way, or maybe say different... I don't know if they say different lines of dialogue, but... more like explicit choices. I remember the story would be like, do we go to the swamp or do we go to the castle? And whichever way you choose, you get a character alongside that. But it makes it pretty explicit, like, the next time you play the game, you could go somewhere else. And not get the weird voodoo doll guy. How does this compare to Chrono Trigger? It's an interesting comparison, I guess. It certainly feels like a very aspirational sort of, yeah, kind of late game artsy fartsy play, trying to take something and seizing upon what makes it spiritually what it is, and like blowing up its meaning philosophically. I don't know. No, it's a sequel, but I've only played Trigger. It is related to Chrono Trigger in the way that it could be related to any video game by the end of this one. Yeah, Ruby, that's a good point of comparison. It mechanically and tonally is way more similar to Final Fantasy VIII. How much of a sequel is this game? It's pretty explicitly related by the end of it, but it takes a long time to get there. And by the time you do get there, the relationship doesn't matter all that much, really. When they explain how and in what manner they're related, this and the previous game. Oh, when is this getting remade? Good question. Let me Google up the story real quick. Let's see here. According to Xbox era again. Nick Baker on a recent podcast, they reported big remake by folk singer Baha McMahon on an Irish radio station back in October is indeed a remaster of the sequel / spinoff to Chrono Trigger from the original PlayStation era. And what's more, Baker sources tell him that it will be multi-platform as opposed to PlayStation exclusive. Okay. Another hot leak from Xbox era. The same outlet that leaked the Bloodborne remaster and sequel. Yeah, this would be an interesting game to try to remake. But I know it would almost make sense to me. Square probably got a lot of financial success off the 7 remakes, so I'm sure they're hot for remakes. It's weird that it took them that long. I mean, Capcom struck it rich with RE2. And after that, Capcom was like, yeah, we're doing this again. So I could see Square doing the same thing. I still think Chrono Cross is a weird pick, but maybe they're using a property that they consider sort of not active and has potential to be developed into an active series. If I were Square, that's how I'd see it. Like, this is a good test case. I think Cross would have been better if it ignored Trigger for the most part. I think it did ignore Trigger for the most part. But yeah, by the time it tries to connect, it's like the stakes of that connection don't matter too much anymore, because you're sort of like it talks about like, I don't know, it gets into philosophical Matrix shit. So if you're like, oh, what is existence? And then all of a ssudden they're like, and this is where Lavos came from. You're like, bro, who cares? I'm trying to figure out why I'm alive right now. That's kind of what I remember that mostly being it by the end of the game. Yeah, Ruby, different party member. A third party member is randomized at the beginning, so... It's actually kind of a way to scout out characters, because a lot of the times you'll have to choose between which characters you want, and it's permanent. Look at this cozy bedroom. A little rocking chair, I can just look at the sun. This perfect tropical paradise, my hanging shelves with all of my doodads on them. There's no, like, man, bugs would come in here nonstop. How well did Chrono Trigger DS sell? I don't know. Looks like it's the middle of the day. Well, I guess it wouldn't be a Chrono game unless our hero gets roused from sleep by his mom. Marge. Total mom name. Also, I'm trapped. Oh, it was. Yeah, more cats this time. Would they really spend the resources to remake either game if they can just milk the remakes of all the old Final Fantasy games? Well, yeah, but you get one tug and then you gotta wait. You could do both. Why not both? Alright, it was worth it. It was worth it to see Nuggy on screen. You're probably right. People love it when you validate their bullshit. Also, the text boxes are themed, which is kind of cool. Right. Yeah, there's some bullshit. You gotta find like 6 Komodo scales at the beginning. It's interesting too, the sort of I'm always curious about the length of text that random NPCs are given. Most recently in Fantasian, which I think has really good writing, you'll very rarely talk to any NPC that has more than 2 boxes of dialogue. And there's something about trying to convey as much as you can in that small amount of information. But it is interesting playing games that are a little more loose with the text. And these backgrounds are pretty as hell. Also looks like slightly higher resolution than in something like Final Fantasy VII. Weren't the scales for the best weapons, or am I thinking of something else? I don't know. I remember having to collect them. Show me your elements! Yeah, because you, like, buy them like items. And then, yeah, a tablet is like a healing item but it still goes in your magic slot. I remember that consumables and magic spells are the same thing, except magic spells come back. And spells do not, but spells are more expensive. Man. It is kind of interesting seeing this sort of the gradients that are turned into like pre-rendered stuff and used as UI elements. The little gradients on the backgrounds here. Oh, you can't apply the G Fuel code during buy one get one. Yes, but you reminded me. G Fuel is currently doing a buy one get one free sale, and I would certainly recommend doing that instead of using my code. So please go do that. I need to peep on social media about that. Oh, it's you, Nug. Village Chief. Down past the gates. Alright. Actually, let me check the, probably can't afford anything. By JRPG rules, I'm not allowed to buy any gear yet. Or maybe one thing. You have enough money to buy the one thing that's the obvious upgrade to what you already have. Oh dear. Look at the... Do you see this giant black box down on the bottom right? And the tiny little thumbnail for Sergei? Because that whole thing can fucking fill up with all the different characters you can get. Such a weird game. And you only, like, you can't obviously outfit all of them in good gear, so you only end up picking the ones that you like. Or have like the right spells. I guess some characters, yeah, that's right. Some characters magic grids have like spots that are pre-filled and you can't change them. And that's like their abilities. Man, that sound effect. Is that how you're supposed to say his name? I always said Surge like Surge. Surge like Surge. I don't know. I guess either one works. He's Nug now, yeah. Tell me your elements. I think I can put a fireball in there. I'm gonna buy fireball. Or aqua beam. No, fireball. I remember fighting like stupid water lizards at the beginning. Jump out of some tropical marsh and they scream at you. Then yeah, every element has a level 1, but I equipped it at level 3, so that makes it stronger. Weird. Yoichi Wada, worst CEO of all time. Yeah, he made some rough calls. He was sort of philosophically dedicated to a certain way of operating. The thing is, like, it worked for a while. Wasn't Wada also the CEO during their PS1 days? So I think it was one of those, like, he ran the company a certain way and it hit certain heights, and then he tried to keep doing that. But I think it required him to be a little more flexible as time went on. I've seen that happen an interesting number of times. Oh, Wada came in during the merger. Oh, never mind. Okay. That's when he became CEO. Gotcha. My bad. Okay. Drop of the Radical... I think Kid is the leader of the Radical Dreamers. Fun fact you may recall, Yoichi Wada is the reason Uematsu and key staff left the company. He moved their HQ from one side of Japan to the opposite, because fortune teller named Pao told him to. I shit you not, that is 100% the truth. Damn! Wow, he really did fuck up the company then. I had no idea. Damn, man. It's frustrating to think, like, what those teams could have gone on to make. The army from Poor took over the islands. Okay, so this place has been annexed. Hamina, Hamina, Hamina. Pretty sure I got Mickey in my party at some point. Oh man, was jerking it to a poster. We've all been there. Tasty cha-cha-cha, healthy cha-cha-cha. Why don't ya try my Hecarim soup? Yeah, characters just blurt all kinds of weird phrases in this game. Belcha? Belcha's kitchen. Alright. You know what? Fine. Why not? I want to hear the real truth about the world. Insanity leads to chaos, then to solitude. The fruitless effort of adding meaning to what is meaningless. A lone crimson tear falls to the sea. The echo of the remaining star cries out in the infinite vacuum. Least I can do is send my distant prayers over the wind of time, setting sail on dreams. How'd you like it? That actually is kind of, I think it's kind of a thesis for the game. That's one thing I'm curious about, is to see how this game tries to telegraph its tone and its themes, if it does. It's weird when people in positions of power who presumably with an excellent sense for and knowledge of business rely on something like a fortune teller or psychic for huge decisions like that. I agree. I misunderstood the world in a manner that, like, I thought executives would be good at their jobs. That, like, as you went up the tiers of, like, human accomplishment, that people would only be more honed and logical and methodical in their decision making. But no, the world is so chaotic and weird and filled with happenstance, and it's filled with, like, humans make the systems that humans then make decisions within. So it's two layers of human quirk that can get in the way. And sometimes people get accidentally lucky. Sometimes they know how to manipulate people or manipulate perception. And they get opportunities that are undue to them, or they are not well suited for, or whatever. Or they change over time and develop misconceptions about... Ooh, found a free bone. So yeah, it's crazy. Ooh, free gear. Dog's probably mad at me for stealing all this shit. So yeah, it's certainly something that surprised me when I saw, when I got closer and closer to, like, executive layers of companies, and then perceived that the decision making, not only was it still highly emotional and, like, and improvisational, but there was, like, sometimes there was even a celebration of that culture. To just be the person with the killer edge, the person with the alpha male mindset that just kind of gut makes all the right calls. Business is more often about the social constructs than the numbers. Yeah, that's a big mistake I made, is assuming that business would be about the business. There are times where I would do really good business, but not. I'm trapped. One of you has to move. Thank you. I have been surprised at people's ability to ignore mounds and mounds and mounds of good business for the sake of small personal things. You can make an assload of money and you can be easy to work with, but if you don't if you don't jump through people's hoops, then they will freeze you out. People have to like you. And, like, it's man, it's sad to say, but if people like you, you will get far more opportunities than if you actually do a good job. Sometimes doing a good job is how people like you, but that's just one factor. Corporate politics frustrate me so much. I'm gonna put my head down and work, and that fucks the normal person over. Oh, it does, yeah. If you quietly work. No one goes out of their way to reward a productive employee that's quiet. They just go home. They go home and pat themselves on the job for managing so well. So, yeah, being a human is noisy and messy and annoying and repetitious and egotistical and emotional, and it's all those things. I think what I eventually did, and this is something that maybe was a little more prominent on my mind being in entertainment, and I would sort of think about, like, gosh, do I need to cultivate my image more? Do I need to, like, put myself in social situations with people more? Is this going to cost me job opportunities? I eventually just made my peace with thinking that, yeah, it actually might. It might cost me job opportunities, but there's always a line where you're willing to sort of play the game. And as long as you acknowledge the consequences of that. Oh, Game Boys just started streaming. Glad to see John and Jacob back at it with ODST. Yeah, me too. I'm trying to pin Jacob down to a Destiny day, so we can be Space Destiny bros together. Jacob only has so much time. I'm very blessed that he's generous with it. It would be a shame to not siphon off as much of his life as possible. Meek Shono says, I think it's a human thing. You see crappy behavior in lab atmosphere. I've seen many a scientist be petty and fuck over other people for their own gain rather than contributing to science. Yep. People are people everywhere, in every walk of life. Yeah, there was a moment where I just really had to give myself a break and be like, you can't resent people for being people. Because if you do that, you will be unhappy your entire life. There's got to be like a moment where you're just like, you know what, that's just how people are. And maybe that causes success to come to certain people and failure to come to others. It's all part of the mess of human existence. How much Destiny 2 have I played? I would say a fair amount. I haven't done the most recent like cyberpunky content bit, but I played through Shadowkeep. Might be confusing it with Shadowbringers. Go Deeper, Go Dead. Thank you for the resub. And the 2 years of resubs. Happy 2-year anniversary. Yeah, it's November. It's 2 years since I kind of switched to doing this full time. Crazy. Speaking of Nug, did Nug become one with the Dank in his last appearance? I need that lore. What was the last appearance of Nug? Was it the, it wasn't the Golden Compass gameplay, I don't think. Because I wasn't high in that video. That was such a good idea for a fucking gameplay. One of us is high. Anyway, it wasn't Golden Compass, was it? Maybe it was. Was I wearing the wig? I think maybe I was. It was Golden Compass. Oh my god, what am I thinking? Damn, hold on. This guy's getting deep. Yeah, see? Even the NPCs are getting existential already. The longer you live, the more you wonder about the other you that might have been. Life sure is complex. Yep. Light Behemoth, thanks for gifting a big fat sub. That's a fat sub. Thanks for that gift. Okay. When random NPCs go on existential tumbles, I can see why this game really appealed to me. Because these are the exact philosophical issues I was wrestling with at the time when I played it. I've heard so many Chrono Cross tracks on Super Darky's channel that I have secondhand nostalgia for this game. Oh, well, you should see them in place. I do think that the music combined with the art does create a whole aesthetic that's really, really good. Gravy and stuffing is done. 16 hours of labor is over. Nice, Nick. We definitely didn't make our own gravy this year. I didn't end up doing a whole lot of cooking this year, to be honest. Steph kind of took care of everything. I chipped in with the cleaning though. I have a day 1 raid emblem. That's true. I did. I was lucky enough to contribute to a day 1 raid attempt, which was just super fun. I really enjoyed that. Love your Funhouse bits. Do you have any projects coming up where you can flex your improv skills more? Not to that level. Bruce and I do gameplays once a week on the Inside Games channel, but I'm just sort of more banter focused and not necessarily bit focused in those. But it would be fun to build that up a little more, make it a little more bit focused like that. Talk to the village chief. Houth has just passed those gates. Okay, I'm gonna go check out the pier first. So far, there's been a surprising amount of items and stuff to find just in the environment and also by talking with NPCs. Sploosh. Nice. Look at these colors, though. Everything's so bright and vibrant. The color selection and the art almost reminds me of like a Ghibli environment. It's not quite as pastel. Feel so vindicated. I just dug up an interview from 2017 where Hajime Tabata basically confirms that Yoichi Wada was responsible for Final Fantasy XIV 1.0. Yeah, it's tough to get Japanese businessmen or Japanese workers to say anything negative about anyone. So that's interesting. That even in a cloaked way, they might imply something like that. I'd love to see a Dungeons and Dragons stream with Lar, Bruce, Jacob, and honestly whoever else. I think John is always really fun in improv settings. Charlotte, always. That would be great. I want to do nonstop stuff with all those people, because they're all wonderful people and fun to like dick around with. I just, at some point, I feel bad requesting more and more people's time, especially for something like that. That would be a huge obligation. Nuggy. It's paying off. It's paying off. Again with this, like, wistful melancholy. This game's interesting, too, because it does start in an idyllic, peaceful hamlet, which is sort of a JRPG trope. But the people in it are almost disillusioned with the paradise they live in. They're just like, where am I? What's going on? What if I lived in an entirely different place? It's really interesting. Excited for Endwalker? Oh yes, dapper. I'm setting aside time to do a subathon that day. 24 hours of Endwalker with readings of the Doom novel each time we hit a sub goal. Okay, yes. I have to go to Lizard Rock, beat up some lizards. Okay, Lizard Rock, Opasa Beach. You got it. A very large-headed anime who's telling me to go get some scales. It might be possible to get 3 lizard scales without going to the rock if you just talk with enough NPCs. Excited to start the trudge through the MSQ again? I want to do that. I'm speaking of Jacob. I'm trying to angle on him, see if I can get him to start playing Final Fantasy 14. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if he bites. It is free, including the award-winning expansion, Heavensward. Radius. Oh, Nog. Nog. Ah, here we go. We've got some in-game tutorials. Here's hoping the servers don't die. Recently, the HoloLive girls got permission to stream and play 14, so another wave of new players has started coming in. Yeah, we'll see. Early access starts at midnight, I think, and I'm gonna try to play at noon. So that gives the servers 12 hours to melt down and be rebooted. We'll see. I have 120 hours and I'm just early into Heavensward. Too busy leveling up Dark Knight. Don't sweat the leveling too much. Leveling comes pretty easy later once you have roulettes and stuff. Sure. Excellent. Oh. Yeah, this battle theme is unhinged, too. It's like the weirdest rhythm. Like, trying to count along with it is really difficult. 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. It's like, it's almost like fucking Possum Kingdom or something. Or March of the Pigs, where it has like an extra beat every other measure. It's so fucking weird, man. It makes it really good combat music because it never sounds like it's looping. I mean, it definitely loops. Damn. It's so cool. Listen up, youngin'. Make strong and fierce. They have percents. Time you hit your opponent, each of these values increases, making it easier for your next attack to hit its mark. I think it is actually 7-8. It's like 7-8 and then it's 8-8. Yeah, I think that is. It's like 7-8, 7-8, 7-8, 8-8, and then it goes back to. Maybe it's intentionally off to suggest chaos or a nerve like you'd feel in an actual combat situation. I can see that, sure. RPG combat music is kind of like weirdly proggy. Uematsu always wrote like kind of wild battle tracks that weren't just straight 4/4. Oh no! Oh boy. Oh no, I'm getting the fatal blink. That means I need a micro USB cable. Oh yeah. Is this? No, this is a mini. This is mini. Telling Jacob that Endwalker involves the moon and showing him some of the stuff from the machinist job might help? I don't want to sell it too hard. Somebody has to come to 14 of their own volition. Yes, this is Mitsuda. Yasunori Mitsuda, the genius. I gotta rifle around in my drawer for a second to find a micro USB cable, mini USB cable. And yeah, Gimme Box, the remake rumors, which is really, it turns out it's just a guy on a podcast saying a thing, but who knows? Hopefully it turns out to be true. Uh-oh. I think I might have to rustle one out of the closet. Yeah, it's a weird time to his signature. I love it. Like that bass line just going wild. Alright, yeah, I think I have to go into deep storage. Gotta go underground. I'll be right back. Gotta find a charging cable. I was surprised it turned on, to be honest, so I kind of deserved this. I'll be right back. Good news. I have a cord. Is now connected to an extension cord. It's plugged into the PlayStation 3. Everything's fine. I'll beat up this old man. Out of spells, though. Don't be trusting in your hit percentage too much there. Okay. Use an element, the color of that element's attribute remains on the battlefield in the form of field effect. Each time you consecutively use the same colored elements, the effectiveness of that colored element group increases. Let's fill up the field effect attributes with the color blue, tracing a blue element after me. Well, it's a gosh darn thing I have a blue element. This is the equivalent of the old man teaching you to throw a Pokeball? Yeah, pretty much. Hurry up and turn all the field effect attributes blue, for crying out loud. Don't you know how to use them, elements or something, youngin'? Yeah, element power level. Level name, okay. Or to miss. Discharging this accumulated power is what using elements is all about. Once you build up some power, you'll be able to choose element option from the battle menu. You select the element option, gray-colored rectangular plates appear on screen, don't they? These plates are the elements you currently have allocated. It's so bizarre, like, this doesn't happen much anymore, where they tell your player avatar literally about game mechanics and talk about, like, tell you, the player, about all the UI stuff you see. Okay, it is per battle. So it was them trying to get away from, like, the standard magic and mana, or, sorry, hit points and mana kind of thing. HP and MP. There was some fun mechanical experimentation with turn-based combat. Yeah. Consumable elements. They don't regenerate after battle. However, the benefit of such consumable elements is that you can allocate up to 5 of these into the same element grid space. Doing so will allow you to use several of them in the same battle, unlike basic elements, which normally can only be used once in any one battle. So, each heal you get, you only can use it once per fight, but a potion can be used 5 times. But it goes away. So, it's a neat setup, I guess. I don't remember this ever congealing into a uniquely different experience. I remember it just kind of being like, okay, I know the minimum number of button presses it takes to, like, work up the power and cast the spell that I need. And if any of those attacks miss, then I can't cast the spell, so it'll just take an extra turn. That's kind of what it settles into for most of the fights. Each time you use an element, your element power level, shown by the LV number, will go down. Oh yeah. Subtraction. Let's say you're currently at level 3, and you decide to use a tablet at level 1. In this case, 3 minus 1 leaves 2, so your current elemental power level will now be changed to level 2. Use elements so long as your stamina is above 1. In this case, you'll still be able to use elements with a power level of up to 2 right after using the tablet. Get the gist of it, Sonny. You can build your element power to its maximum level and unleash a barrage of elements one after another. That's no problem either. Use whatever strategy you think will work to defeat each of the enemies you come across. It's up to you! You're going to need to master elements. I don't know what the star 0 to 0 means. Seems like for a while games were just getting more and more convoluted with their turn-based mechanics, trying to capture some of the magic of the 7 materia system. Well, the materia system wasn't that complicated, really. I don't know if that's necessarily the magic they were trying to capture. I think they were just trying to figure out how to... There was at least an attempt, I think, to, within the broad strokes of the gameplay systems, to try and come up with a new mechanical exchanges. I think the goal was to just make the decision-making of a turn-based strategy game a little more interesting. But yeah, ooh, dynamic camera. I can only do tablets. Look at this camera work, though. It's so dynamic. It's completely blue now. Any blue elements you use now will pack a punch. Here, try this out. Oh, that was too much for you. Okay. Yeah, I was hoping there'd be fights in this game where it was actually useful for you to be the same element as your enemy, so you would get buffed when they get buffed, but it just seemed like the element meter is always this tug of war between you and the enemy. And it doesn't help, it seems, to try and flood the field effect meter, to spend your stamina and your turns doing that, as opposed to just casting the spells you've got when you've got them. I remember that kind of being the takeaway. Is that the field effect was nice if it just happened to be there or was easy to get there, but it, damn it. Whip my ass again. Also, the battle scenario, that little like 3D battle arena, it has actual geometry and stuff in it. I think most of the encounters in 7 was like a flat ground and sort of like a walled dome that you fought in that had textures mapped onto it. I think some of the battle arenas in 7 had like little chunks and stuff in them, but it had a nice use of depth and some walls and stuff. Pretty neat. Curious to see what that's like over the course of the game. Key items. Tell me, Ganji. Yeah, Dr. Phalange 420. The soundtrack in this game is just it's enough reason to play it. Huh. Item won't disappear if there's no response. I don't remember that. Interesting. A key item system? Against the record of fate? All live in harmony with fate. That is kind of a thing too. Like the concept of fate and predeterminism are huge deals in this game. Where are you? Want to hear a secret? Okay. I wonder if some of that stuff will be hints about how to recruit certain characters. Pashul is a messy eater, so if I learn what kind of food Pashul likes... Oh, maybe give Pashul a bone. Dogs love bones. It's working! I am a nuggy poo. A present for I to accept. Damn, okay. You can recruit Pashul, I guess so. I did not know you could do that. This game got nuts with recruiting party members. Yeah, it's got Owo voice. It does. What if your dog had an Owo voice? What would you do? Great. I got a party already. Also, isn't there some... I'm trying to remember exactly how the like character status level up system works in this game, because it is also weird. Oh, I can turn on. Wait a minute. What? Less stick sensitivity. Analog, baby. Turn on auto run. Oh man, I am gaming now. Also, I just stole your dog. It wasn't hard either. Aww. Me am sorry. Her old owner's sad and lonely now. I did this. I did this. The Record of Fate. Huh. Oh, it's a save point. So save points are like canon in this world. If you listen closely, the Record of Fate will tell you lots of things, like what you should be doing next. Yeah, this is all pretty legitimately in the narrative. Like fate gets literalized pretty directly in Chrono Cross, as I recall. When that happens, you should just go home and go to sleep. There isn't anything you can do to change fate. They're religious markers. Yeah, Ruby. It's a good call there. And I think now that oh, I have a dog now. I can use it. Open up the menu. Select the block. Yeah. Go look for another one. I'm gonna be here for a while. I'm cutting in line. Whatever. I'm doing it. Ah, shucks. There we go. Maybe that one is actually taken. Back of the line, Nug. Nug isn't intentionally cutting in line. He just doesn't understand the concept of lines right now. I have to admit, it is kind of weird for this game to be hitting you with NPCs that have such heavy thoughts right off the top. Dropping all these red flags about characters. The ecstasy and anxiety of the chosen one. Oh, okay. Talking about hot babes. Look at these golden rays of sunlight filtering in through the windows and stuff. Huh. There's a pretty great like golden cozy house in Guardians of the Galaxy, actually. That game's really good. Actually, I think, yeah, I've signed paperwork on a sponsor thing, so I'm gonna be playing it in a sponsored stream soon, which is fine because I was gonna stream it anyway. So this is how I work the system. But there's a pretty cozy like flashback house in that game, like golden sunlight coming in through the windows and everything. Okay, I have to get 3 scales. Oh, hold on, I just noticed Poshel's like sitting pose, kind of. It's got like people feet or like fox feet or something's going on with those feet. The feet are different than the hands, and that's weird. Anyway, what does Poshel have? You got any? Got nothing. All right. He has shoes? Yeah? Okay. He's wearing boots. Okay. Alright. I guess now we know how a dog would wear boots. Only on the back feet. Or not all feet. I only have 50. Okay, I need to go get scales and then meet on the beach. That was the deal. I think the scales are over here. is too good. I should go talk to Lena again and make sure I'm crystal clear on what you wanted me to do. Dog weirds me out. Seems like it would tell you some terrible things with that goofy expression. It probably will, for too long. Pretty quick transition, actually. Haven't been any super noticeable lag hits either. I guess the scene transitions do have a generous fade out and fade in. Might help. Get your butt over to Lizard Rock. 3 scales. Opasa Beach. Alright, south of Lizard Rock. Got it. Lizard Rock, Opasa Beach. I'm realizing it's been a long time since I've had to, like, navigate a game from memory. Ever since... I feel like Skyrim was the first game where it was really instrumental, that there were just icons on everything telling you where to go, but... It's an atrophied skill. Lizard Rock. Where's Lizard Rock? Lizard Rock? Nope. Wait. The Hydro Marsh is... Oh. Maybe Lizard Rock is in the Fossil Valley. Oh, there we go. I think one of the major drawbacks of this game is the amount of characters. I get that was a design choice, but having so many makes it hard to really care about so many storylines or invest in anyone other than the ones you like the most. Yeah, I agree. Gosh, these colors, so bright. Reds and blues and greens and purples. Great. Can I beat you up? Yeah, I'm gonna beat up this frog guy. But I agree. I think there are too many stories. Too few of them have like proper time or interest established. I'm curious. I am just deathly curious to see how this is gonna... how a revisit will go. Sand Squart. Boom. That felt good. Well, here its feet are just a different shade. Huh. First quest is quite long. I've been playing slow. I've been really slowing down and taking my time. I guess the one thing that doesn't quite add up to me either is, how do you know when the enemy's gonna go? And how much stamina is that gonna give you back? Is it just when everyone on your party is at negative? Is that how that works? When no one on your party can go, then the enemy gets to, and then everyone gets stamina back? But yeah, you don't get experience. You just get sort of like, it seems like it's randomly assigned stat ups until you cap, and then your stats don't go up anymore. And the only thing you get, like, you get some drops from fights, I think. I might keep hitting that to get to the menu. It is kind of nice that it does seem like... So far, all the combat has been, like, enemies walking around on the map, so... That makes me feel like I have a lot more liberty to just sort of run around and look at the pre-rendered backgrounds. Oh, your ass is mine now. Can you just imagine going about your day and then getting your shit rocked by a pink dog who casts fire? Welcome to Chrono, baby. What's up, Davy boy? Hello, have a good night. I will. I hope you do too. Boing. Yeah, I guess it feels pretty cool to kind of find angles on the stamina system to win fights without... Why didn't it ask me to use Cure that time? Do you have to end with enough power to cast it? For it to be like, hey, do you want to cast that? Huh. This music is so choice, though. Oh, there's treasure back there. Little, like, interactable bits. Move stuff around. Oh! I guess that was a hole. You know what? This kind of reminds me of like Gaia's Navel, Secret of Mana. Super tropical area in game, a Japanese game. All right, let's see if I can deduce a little bit more about how the system works. So hold on a minute. If Poshul starts moving, then Nug will get stamina back. I can charge. So then, I think it costs 7 stamina to cast a spell. Yeah, now's at 0. See, I know you and Bruce are flat out with streaming and Inside Games. Would you guys ever consider doing a long-form podcast-style show? I used to love when all the boys were on Dude Soup, just having genuine conversations about any topic brought to the table. I'd love for you and Bruce, and even some of your new collaborators, to make something along those lines again. We are kind of off and on doing a show called Talk to the Internet, which is sort of like that, sort of. But it doesn't necessarily have the, like, yeah, the focused production that something like Dude Soup had. Mostly because, like, it's tough to obligate the time to it. But what I'm hoping to do... Okay, so yeah. When everyone runs out of stamina, then the enemy gets to move. And then everyone refills. One thing I'm going to be doing soon is sort of... And just kind of biding time and waiting for a good moment to strike. Kind of waiting for the universe to give a sign, basically. But what I want to do with Inside Games is put together a pretty, well, I would say at this point a pretty... Okay, so I actually healed that time. I think I had... Maybe I had power in there? Anyway. I want to put together a kind of aggressive Patreon presentation for Inside Games. And basically say, we're at this weird sort of standoff with it, and with being independent creators and all that. So if we can kickstart investment in it by kind of asking people to put up or to invest money into it, then we can do more news episodes per week. We can do more gameplays, and we can do some more kind of like low impact content like podcasts and stuff. But those will be part of like Patreon goals. So, but yeah, it's kind of don't want to bite that off when we're going into the holidays, and people are going to be spending all their excess money on presents and stuff. So probably choosing maybe early 2022, unless some video just blows the hell up and our channel takes off, then that might be a good time to kind of go after it. Yeah, smash by. Me and Bruce operate Inside Games 50-50. I even put together like a doc about all of our expenses and our P&L, basically our profit and loss every month. And we just split everything right down the middle. All the costs, all the income, everything. And then I like try to make sure that we have equal amounts of time invested too. So if he's like doing a lot on one side, I try to put some more effort in somewhere else. Or we trade tasks to make sure that we're we're developing it at the same time. But in that regard, for each of us, the time we invest is we balance it each individually with stuff we do on our own. For me, like the stream or some other projects I take on. So it's like if we want to invest more time in Inside Games, it has to make more financial sense, and it'll grow. It'll get there organically. Like it's already doing that, so it will get bigger on its own, and that all that evidence is there. But we can there is a path to shortcut it. We can do like 2 years of organic growth in a couple of months if people throw a lot of money at us. So, yeah, it should be on Spotify. Talk to the internet, that is. It's supposed to. As soon as I saw Chrono Cross, I had to come and watch for the music. Well, Ika Freaka? Hope I'm saying that right. I'm a huge fan of the soundtrack as well. So, please enjoy. And I just started too, so I'm not that far. This game has the coziest vibes and the just incredible artwork. Was it kind of the last pre-rendered background PS1 RPG from Square? Maybe a reason that I like it so much is because it did sort of express... How do I get down there? Oh, there we go. That was easy. It seemed to express like a lot of expertise, both technical and artistic, of this sort of game type. Man, it looks so good. Frame rate kind of hurts, but you know, PlayStation, what are you gonna do? So it seems like a rule of thumb is that it is inefficient to spend stamina if anyone else is at full stamina. And if casting a spell uses 7, then if I cast a spell now, 4 of that stamina will be wasted, not given to Poshel. But there's no real reason for Poshel to spend stamina. I guess to build power. To build a level 3. Yeah. There. Alright, let's try this. Oh wait, now an enemy gets to go. I guess the enemies just go sometimes. Maybe that's not something I can predicate. Oh, okay, and casting a spell does not give 7 stamina to somebody else. It gives like 0.9. Interesting. I'm gonna do this. Okay. I didn't want Nug to only have 0.9 stamina, because I'm curious, if I cast this, if Nug will get to go next. Only on 2 stamina, though. No? Okay. I guess enemies just get to go when they get to go. It's not for me to know. They definitely get to go when everyone runs out, though. Maybe they have a speed attribute? Yeah, that might be. Yeah, they just get inserted into the turn order every, like, X stamina? No? Or every X turn? I don't know. Like, does using a higher level attack make the enemy move faster? Is that legit? I mean, it was just somebody leaking it on a podcast through anonymous sources. So, take that for what you will. Where'd that lizard go? Oh, I see. Okay. Alright, I get it. Yeah, it's just a rumor at this point. I don't know. I could see it, but also I feel like Square... I guess they already, like, remade Saga. They already remade Second Detsetsu. I might be wrong, but I think Parasite Eve 2 and Final Fantasy IX came after this. So it's one of the last of the pre-rendered backgrounds. Okay. Final Fantasy IX makes sense. There's got to be a way I can, like, get around the other side of him. I don't think... Oh, 9 is 2000? Okay. Jump across? what I wanted. They're in a remake mood these days. Everyone is. It's the season for remakes. This is a cyclical thing. When new game consoles come out, you typically have to like develop new platforms and new tools to develop games for new hardware. Develop new concepts that are now enabled by better or different technology. That takes some time. There's a little lag there. There's 1 or 2 years where, ideally 1 or 2 years, where your existing kind of product development flows have to be updated. And in that window, that's a really good time to roll out some remakes. People are looking for games to fill out their new video game libraries. You already have the game that's made. You have market data about how well it sells. It's a known cost to update it for a new platform. Expectations aren't outrageously high for re-releases. It just makes a lot of business sense, at this era. For Xenogears got a remake? Yeah, Xenogears has been touched the least. They kind of left that behind. Alright, what the hell? What do you want, Lizard? Maybe I got to transition into this screen from the top. I can't ever go backwards. Generations grew up with them now have jobs and can feed their nostalgia? Yeah. That's a part of it too. Oh, okay. I was coming from this side. Interesting. Opinions about the He-Man animated series? I don't know. I don't care much about He-Man. Never really been a franchise that mattered much to me. So let's see here. What do they want from me here? Down here. Oh, Monolith, Soft, and Square didn't have an amicable breakup back in the day? That could be. I mean, luckily Monolith is out there still making games. Thank God for that. So many, like, egg boys flopping around. What's your opinion on seemingly trend of AAA games being released half-broken? Is that it's a perceived trend. 2042 is the last straw for me. I don't think the ratio of that has gone up at all. And Battlefield always launches like that. So there's nothing out of the ordinary about 2042, really. And it's been a span of like 2 years, and a couple of high-profile games have launched in less than optimal states. There's just more games in general, I think, is probably the big motivator. More shots on goal means more misses, and to some degree, I think it is that simple. Yeah, Horizon 5 is a good launch. Halo is a good launch. We'll see how the Final Fantasy XIV expansion goes. I think if you look for bad examples, you can find them. And I think the hype machine makes them seem so much worse than they have been before. Because there's a whole industry around fail compilations and YouTubers screaming about things and sensational Reddit threads. But I don't see it as being any worse than it's ever been. I think this year might be a little more notable than usual. I don't think 2042 is really that bad either. I think that's another aspect, is that things that were just bad become like industry-wide embarrassments thanks to the ubiquity of memes and shit. Battlefield's always broken on release. Yeah, I don't mean to say that that's like redeemable, but it is expected to some degree. I think beyond that too, like, this is also sort of their business model, and that doesn't have to be a bad thing. If the understanding is that, you know, week one of, or the first couple of weeks of a massive online game like Battlefield are going to be a little choppy, I feel like that's not unreasonable. If you're buying a game to play it for a year, I don't think it's out of the boundary of the... I don't think it's outside the value boundaries to say like, okay, this is going to be a service game. It's going to change as it goes. We're going to react to things and build it up and fix it. I think just on some level... Fuck. Didn't stay on my lap because of all the rumbles. I think on some level it's kind of okay to like, as delicately as you can, tell people that like, we're gonna have to figure this out as we go, kind of thing. I guess I was being flooded with bad news rather than there being more broken games. I mean, people are reacting to everything very severely these days. I've been curious about the 2042 thing. Is strange to me. It feels like there's anger about something else, and it's getting vented through frustration at like design changes in 2042. There's obviously a lot of frustration there. It's interesting to try to parse through it. Battlefield's not unplayable, and as far as what I like about the game, that's still there. So a failed game full of bugs is legit not often the direct result from the QA department. Yeah, nobody's saying it is. I don't think anyone's out here implying that QA specifically by themselves are being inordinately lazy. Jump on him? Come here, you. Oh, no! Oh, okay. So, it's a timing thing. I'm saying that argument is dumb. Oh, yeah, it absolutely is. I don't see a whole lot of people even making that argument, but it sure is dumb, that's for sure. This is not a thing anyone wants to hear. But I think, fundamentally, games their interoperation is more complicated than ever before, and I think part of that means there's going to be a little bit of executional like fuzz. I think it's within the bound, like when you're running servers that have like 128 people connecting to them all the time, like you can do it. I guess people expect, since it's a machine, right? People expect it to run all the time in the same way. And I think there's certainly an argument to be made for if you pay $60 for a product to operate a certain way, it should do that. But people seem cool with the concept of games being service oriented. But then that concept doesn't ever apply to the like evolution of the service they're receiving. I guess it's really like fundamentally you have a right to complain if you're getting a substandard experience. Doesn't justify it, but more complicated systems beget more potential issues. That's kind of how I feel, yeah. And to me, and this is a pretty cuck thing to say, I'm getting game cucked, but the trade-off is pretty worth it to me. A game like... I can understand taking subjective issue with how the game is sort of noobifying itself, or how it's changed certain things and how that affects the gameplay. I could see that if you're a purist about certain things, certain Battlefield experiences. But man, beyond that, I'm just like, gosh. People lost any kind of patience, I guess. Although, I don't know, sometimes I talk myself out of things I should be more annoyed by. So this might be might be a situation like that. Especially if QA and production aren't working closely. Scope is often one of the biggest stresses on the pipeline. Yeah, when it's early and you have all the money and time in the world. Let me see here. It was there. There's really no way for me to like loop around on any part of this. Want to murder him so bad. Oh, maybe I can just catch him. Maybe I just have to be fast. Yeah, just catch his ass. I'm coming for you. I assumed it had to be a puzzle. Nope, just grab him. Just chase his ass down. I think Halo hurt Battlefield more with the bad timing of the massive title coming out free like that. Yeah. Yeah. I imagine EA wasn't super happy about that. They finally had some clear pasture to release a Battlefield. And then Xbox, whoopsies, surprises them with a fucking free-to-play game. Just like that. They were supposed to have, like, another month to be, like, to only compete with Call of Duty, really. Oops. Womp womp. Yeah. Well, remember, like, Halo got an extra year. Or, yeah, got an extra year. So, that's Xbox or that's Phil Spencer being a bro. It was supposed to launch with the Series X. Relic 27, thank you for the resub. Microsoft pulled a pro gamer move. They sure did. It is wild how hard Microsoft is trying. They're trying so hard. I'm scared because it won't last forever. There's got to be like some schemer at Microsoft who's like trying to get Phil Spencer fired so he can take over Xbox and make it terrible. You're playing Battlefield. Oh shit. There's a big boy. Playing Battlefield alone without someone to laugh about the glitches and whatnot with, I think it's probably harder to overlook any faults and have patience for them to be fixed. That's a really good point. Scop at 8. That's something, yeah, that's a good point. I have to remind myself that typically I get to play video games in the best possible scenario. I not only have like a really good PC to play things on and most of the consoles, I also have like either like people who are having fun online to play with, I have you guys to hang out with. So that's something I need to remind myself too, is like if you took off work to like play a sweet video game and it's utter garbage and all you've got is a bank account that's closing in on negative and 2 days with this broken piece of trash, and this is supposed to be your like holiday, I could see that leading to some holy fury, because I've been in that scenario before. I took this is maybe not exactly the same. I feel like it's kind of in the same vein, but when I got my first like full-time salary job out of college, it was a lot of work. It like took more of my life than I thought it would. You know, like 9-hour work days and then commuting. And anyway, I wasn't gaming like I used to, which is I think something everybody experiences once you have to become an adult. But like that autumn, I think, yeah, that's when the Wii was coming out. So I was like 5 months into my job. And I was getting burnt out, but I saved up all my vacation for 2 weeks for the Wii. And I was like, oh shit, there's going to be a new Zelda. There's going to be all these incredibly immersive gameplay experiences. And then the Wii ended up just sucking ass, mostly. Twilight Princess was good. But I just remember being so underwhelmed and bitter. Like, just playing Wii Sports by myself. Going to Wii Sports parties was pretty cool, though. I have to admit, I did go to a few of those. Where just, like, people would be getting drunk and playing Wii Tennis, bowling, and just getting hype as fuck. Wii Sports Resort is a hype beast game. There's got to be drinking rules around Wii Sports, right? Wii Sports plus alcohol, always a good time. Yeah, as long as everybody's real strapped up. So that's weird. The thing got to go. But it didn't give me a whole lot of stamina. Ooh, Darty. Thank you for the sub. I think the ones with the little yin-yang symbol are techniques, and they don't go away when you use them. I think that's the idea. Dead yet? Yeah! First Chrono Cross boss defeated. And this should raise the star rank, I think. Yeah, there we go. Nug and his friends reached a new growth level. So now they can level up, I guess. Boom Blocks was directed by Steven Spielberg, so the Wii is an automatic win. That was a good game. Boom Blocks. It's another quality, like, drinking game. Smooth moves. You know how people get nostalgic for, like, GoldenEye now? Or Halo Combat Evolved? Like, remember we used to play Halo Combat Evolved and split screen and eat pizza and hang out? How long do you think before people get nostalgic like that about Wii Sports? You know, I would come home from school and play Wii Sports. Play games on my iPad. Wait, was the iPad out in 2006? It wasn't. iPad was later. I already have that nostalgia? Okay. Good, it already happened. Shit. There we go. It was about existential dread after all. Or predestination. Or just existentialism. Say that. Talking about being called out, I'm on Combat Evolved right now on a nostalgia binge. Are you playing through Master Chief Collection? It's been wonderful seeing, like, Microsoft tried, or Xbox I should say specifically, tried so hard over the course of like the last 10 years to build towards what they finally have going on. Which is it's not only just Game Pass, but it's the idea of like going to Game Pass, playing Halo Infinite, being like, oh shit. Then on a whim, downloading Master Chief Collection and playing through the entire series just because you feel like it. And like it's an updated, easily accessible version of that game that's like right there. And living right next to it. Same with all the Forzas and stuff like that. So, pretty cool stuff, I think. I guess Sony's version of that would be PlayStation Now. I'd run through Halo 3 any day. Yeah, I recently got to play through that with John and Jacob and stuff, and that was really fun. I forgot how crowd-pleasing the campaign of Halo 3 is. They definitely wanted to make sure that everyone had a good time, and they did. I did, anyway. Ooh. How come that's only in ×3? Also, yeah, I think the star level, yeah, gives you more slots. Satanic Warfare, thanks for the sub. I have 2 helmets? No. Can equip a silver lupe, though. I just put a helmet on my dog! As long as they keep making new titles work on the One and S, they've got a really good business plan in Game Pass. That's certainly the implication, right? With the Xbox service, and they're branching out into cloud too, so I think that's the further implication of how that service will live on into the future. Huh. Wait, did I never go through? I guess I just didn't go through that screen transition. Escape from Tarkov, any interest, any future plans to play it? I don't know, I'm a scaredy pants. I want to play Hazard Zone. I want to play Baby Tarkov. But as far as full-blown Tarkov, it's the kind of game, and maybe I'm misreading it, but it seems like it's the kind of game where you really should take some time to cultivate skill and knowledge before you can really have the intended experience. I'm not sure that... I don't know that I want to spend the time. Like, I could spend that time playing other games that might pay off a little more quickly. Oh, I should save. Yeah. But it would... I can see how it's a really good stream game. Because then, like, there's so much... The stakes of a Tarkov match are so high. Yeah, I remember now. Like, going into the open world and trying to find optional bosses to beat actually raises your star level, and that's how you sort of could try to run ahead of a power curve. Oh wow, she actually reacted to Poshel. And maybe I should have gone around the first village and seeing if I could have recruited even more people. This beautiful, beautiful beach. Princess Beach. Did these two ever have an ending together? I don't know most of the endings to this game. I sort of played it without looking at a walkthrough, and by the end I stopped playing it. I wasn't... Oh man, this track is so good. I tried to learn this on piano. Do I play piano? No. I took lessons for a while, and I have a couple of music books, one of which is a Chrono music book, so it's got piano arrangements of a bunch of the soundtrack. I think my chinchilla's nibbled on that too. I'm gonna lie. Of course I remember. Yeah, let me... Here, I'm going to leave it on this track, and I'm going to go see if I can find that Chrono Cross music book. Because I scribbled some notes on some of the tracks, too. Yeah, I want to say, maybe more than anything I own, this might be... I don't know. I've had this for a long time. But yeah, you can see there's little chinchilla nibbles. I tried to keep this away from them, but I think at some point I was like cycling books on and off the music stand, and it was on the floor while they were running around, so they chomped on it a little bit. Yeah, you can see like little nibbles down there. Man, that artwork though. I wrote in the translations of all the tracks because when I wanted to find a particular track, I you know, didn't know what the name of it was. Which one is this? The Girl Who Stole the Stars? That's the other thing, is like the names of some of these tracks, the translations have changed. This Reminiscence, Thoughts Not Extinguished? Maybe? I have that one. I put stars next to all the songs I wanted to learn, but I didn't really get that far. I mean, I was learning how to read sheet music at the time too, so I was trying to adjust to both, and also this soundtrack really goes wild with the with time signatures. It's Celtic. You'll have to do like one beat on one hand and a different beat on the other. And I was still trying to play like instructional songs and stuff. So I was a little ahead of myself there. I got fairly decent at one of them. I got to where I could like kind of robotically play it, but I certainly couldn't play it with any feeling, which is where I wanted to get. I wanted to get to where you can like it just flows. Anyway. Yeah, I bought this a long time ago. One of the few things I've been able to keep for most of my life. I've had some life upheaval moments that have caused a lot of my physical things to get left behind. But yeah, some of the things that a lot I've been able to keep around. This game's got me wistful. It's weird to think that there was a time I played this where I did wonder what kind of adult I would be. Pretty sure I'm there. Man, look at this. I like a game that lets you be nihilistic, I guess. We'll forget it eventually. Yeah. That would be really sad, wouldn't it? Choices here will affect later on. Really? Of course they do. She gonna forget me? I won't be able to recruit her later? Only one thing though? Going to high quality anime time. Yeah, see, this like it's like a similar shot of the beach from Final Fantasy VIII. Yeah, right, Bongo? Doesn't it feel Kingdom Heartsy? Kind of baptism imagery, being submerged, born into a new place, new world, new life. Replayability of this game, it pretty much gives you the opportunity to get everything. Okay, yeah, because it gives you like a literal fast forward feature, right? If you beat the game, you can just actually click it into double or quadruple time to go to like get to the decision points. Buttermilk Jesus. There we go. Thanks for the resub and the 2 years of resubs. Thank you very much. Wish I remember the name of the J-Rocker in this game. I named him after my sister. Ah, Poshel remembers me. It's like at least 3 playthroughs for each storyline option. Dang. But it's pretty easy for you to mentally track that. Oh yeah, different world theme. Hold on. I gotta go listen to that. This is sad. I think this is another world. Another Termina has got probably the best Talon theme of any RPG ever. There, I said it. Has a teeny tiny little Chrono Trigger musical influence there. Ah, God, it's so fucking good. I don't remember where I read this or heard it, I think, but I remember that Mitsuda was working so much when he wrote the Chrono Cross soundtrack that he would just like fall asleep at work and dream pieces of music and then go right into writing it down and making it, and that kind of contributes to the airy and sort of hazy dreamlike sensation of the soundtrack. Man. Compton says Chrono Cross is going to Chrono Floss its way into Fortnite this summer. Bet on it. Chrono stock's at an all-time high. Yeah, it is soaring, isn't it? Chrono's gonna be dropping some hot moves on Thanos and Batman. Anyway, man, that track's good. Did the treasure restock? No. So who cares? Let's grow Chrono Coin. As long as we onboard 1,000 new users every day, Chrono Coin is going to take off. Jesus. How do they keep getting to go? It's not fair. Huh. That fish looks high as fuck. Like, eh. Look at that stupid high fish. Eh. Hey. Got any of the pellets? Get out of here, high fish. Go get a job. Stop being so high all the time. All I have is fireballs. Oh, we'll see what this does. Yeah, it didn't do that much damage. Was underrated. The ending legit made me cry. Damn, well, I'm glad it affected you so deeply. I just didn't know what was going on, so a little hard for me to be invested. But there was a lot of anime, a lot of screaming and blinking around and air fights. Wait, is somebody talking about Final Fantasy XIV and its free, critically acclaimed expansion, Heavensward? Oh wait, that treasure chest did come back! No! Damn it. I have no interest in 15. Yeah? I was thinking about playing it on Thanksgiving, because it's like the only game I can think of that is into the food aspect of things. I want to try 14, but I feel so far behind. I can see that, but being contemporary with 14 doesn't really matter if you think of it as a huge single-player RPG service game. There just happens to be a lot of content that you haven't played yet. Is maybe how to think about it. And when it comes to the stuff that does require other people or parties, there are plenty of in-game mechanical systems to encourage players to play that content. So it's pretty good about having giving people reason to play older content. But I understand. It's been out for a while. It is like multiple thick JRPGs stacked into one at this point. So if it's like, if taking on an individual game like Persona or Dragon Quest can be intimidating from a time perspective, then yeah, 14 can be very intimidating. Wait, no! Oh, I need to go in the hole. What's wrong with me? Has a battle that takes 72 real hours. Oh, fighting Adamantoys? Does it really take that long? I remember picking at it a little bit as soon as I finished the game and being like, that might be fun to do. It didn't seem like it was going to take that long. One of my friends easily has over 1,000 hours in 14, and most of it is interior design for her FC. God. It's just so whack that game has so many different experiences and modes. I feel like it is, like, whatever Elite Dangerous is working towards becoming, you know, an entire rolling simulation of space with all these different, like, methods of interaction and stuff. 14 is building that out. It's just, like, becoming the ultimate paradise JRPG. It's got fucking card games and mahjong and fishing and baking and farming and interior design, and yeah, it's got fights where you fight gods or whatever, but also it's got like fashion and gambling. It's so crazy. It's 2 hours max if you're prepared. You can use the ring and the game will auto kill it for you in about 30 minutes, honestly. Oh yeah, I forgot about that huge overpowered ring. Yeah, morally dangerous would be rad. You were a god in 14, fan theory anyway? Good point. Yeah, I'm curious if and to what degree Endwalker is gonna comment on the Warrior of Light, because they seem to be going down a road where they're sort of they're kind of getting they're getting meta about like JRPG tropes. So easy to imagine them trying to get all head twisty about it. I mean, this game does that a fair amount with how it plays around with concepts of fate and predestination. I like how, like, it's such an interesting font. It's like wide. Well, it's bold, but it's narrow. You don't see a lot of like that kind of font with HD or pre-HD era games. I thought we were just another chosen crystal warrior to combat the whole Warriors of Light and Darkness battle like they did in FF11. No, not really. In 14, there are gods or godlike creatures that have like intent, and they are usually pretty literal with how they describe magic, you know? So, I don't know. I think it's reasonable to expect something might go down there. I don't know that they're just gonna say like a wizard did it, or like this is the way of the world. Like Zelda does that. Wherever there's Ganon, there will be a Link, whatever, and then they just kind of go from there. 14 kind of literalizes its creation myth behind like very concrete figures that have motivations and stuff like that. A wizard definitely did something though. That's true. There are wizards involved. Big time wizards. my cute tropical girlfriend doesn't remember me. Because, soft spoilers, I believe I have clicked into a reality where I died a while ago? Sorry, this is my rusty memory coming back. So, I'm not trying to spoil it if anyone's really into the plot of this JRPG from 3 billion years ago. What happened to him? I mean, that's a good point. It is none of my business. Never finished all the storylines completely. I guess I have catching up to do. Did they ever explain why you have the whole interaction with the crystal? Ooh, which one? There's a couple of crystal interactions. I'm not really a good resource to quiz about the integrity of 14's plot, unfortunately, because I've played it as it's come out. So I get doses of 14 lore spread out by, you know, years. So my understanding of the lore is kind of tenuous. I think I'd have to brush up on a wiki or something. Doom Eternal's on sale? Yeah, get that shit. I'm Nug. It's me, Nug. This is the most impactful game of my childhood. I can't even count the times I've played through it. Cujo Ramsey, I'm very glad to hear that. Could you... This may be asking a bit much, but what made it so impactful for you? Because it meant a lot to me too, and I'm slowly rediscovering what I think what I liked about it. Look at your own grave. What if I showed you a scale? Oh, she's not into it now. What about Sharktooth? So I guess maybe the named characters have like fill in the blank interactions. Interesting. I bet the lullaby we heard in our mother's wombs was kind of like this. Jesus. These characters kind of talk like they're in a Mother game. You know? Like that weird sentimentality. Everything's kind of tinged with this ethereal sadness. Huh. Why not upscale it a bit? You've got the horsepower for it. I've heard of some sweet mods. Oh, this isn't running on an emulator. This is a PlayStation game running on a PlayStation console. But yeah, could. Not in, I did kind of want to see what the game looked like on a PlayStation. No. It's so weird having... I don't think I ever had the dog in my party. My room? It's not my room. Why is the lizard calling me man? Whatever. Kind of had secondhand nostalgia of this game. Used to watch my older brother play this game for hours. Really good memories. I miss him, sitting next to him, telling him what I think he should do. Ah. Wait, I had to pay for it? Lame. That's really sweet. I do love the human moments that happen around a game. It doesn't necessarily have to be a player and the game. It could be other people and a party to that interaction. Ah, it's me. It's me. Where is Mama Nuggy Poo? The dialecticizer is doing some work. I appreciate it. This is really, really weird. Make a Netflix show out of this. Cowards. How did a live-action Chrono Cross Netflix adaptation on my desk in the morning, or you're fired. So it wasn't my little brother in Chrono Trigger? Oh man. Me and my siblings did the same with Legend of Legaia. Ah, that's so cool. I love that. So, like, I feel like horror, survival horror lends itself really well to sort of a communal playing experience where people can be involved even if they're not the ones holding the controller. But I feel like it's a bit more rare to happen with, like, a story-based RPG. But those are fun when they do happen, and you do get a crew who's willing to just kind of hang around games like that. I feel like games with good soundtracks are good centers for that. What JRPG might translate well to live action on Netflix? I think Dragon Quest and Tales both have pretty good episodic story structures. That would work well. Arden Forstera. Oh. Thank you very much for the Prime sub. Final Fantasy IX, yeah? They're remaking this and not Chrono Trigger, I guess. Having looked into it, it's a guy on a podcast who has sources, which, you know, is how it's always done. I'm not casting aspersions on it. Aspersions? I'm not calling into question the validity of it. Just saying that's what it comes from. Pretty sure these spray you if you stand on them. Oh, okay. Oh, Vinus Bike, you talking about Resident Evil 4? Oh, then the fish boss? Yeah. Resident Evil 4 was an incredible, like, communal game. I got to... I treasure these... Ooh, I treasure these memories of... Oh, yeah, I need to go back into the village and buy some stuff. But I treasure, playing Silent Hill. I was a little late to the Silent Hill series, but I had some friends who hadn't played it either, so we all kind of just got together and were like, let's play through Silent Hill together. Hung out, playing spooky games. It was great. Those are pleasing menu sounds. Very final. Spong. Yeah, the first Silent Hill movie was really good. 12 would probably translate well. It could be an epic movie. I agree with that. I think 12 has the, like, depth of storytelling to actually survive as a linear film. I think the thing that a lot of people get tripped up on is, like, a video game typically has a video game's amount of story, which is really not that much. And it's told to you in bursts, in, like, cutscenes or segments where you're not really in control and playing the game. So people will, like, spend 10 minutes with story content and then, like, 30 hours shooting people, kind of living in that world or feeling like they're next to those characters. And it's that gap of time that's hard to I think, bridge with a movie or a series. But something like Final Fantasy XII, it's politically complicated. There's a texture to the environment and the world that a lot of stories can take place in. I think its characters are a little less loud, so I think they would work a little bit better as, like, series characters. Persona 3 live action, yeah. Can't have teens shooting themselves in the head. Ooh. But no one can equip that. The soundtrack of this work alone helped me introspect so many of my own emotions and helped me understand how other people might differ in feelings. That's awesome, Light. That is art at its best. I wanted to learn this on piano too. This is such a beautiful track. I think Berserk live action could work if they approached it like they did for The Witcher. Yeah. There's like magical stuff in Berserk, but it doesn't get like too wacky in anime. Yeah, I feel like you could do a pretty, like something could be pretty rooted. Which I only say rooted not because it's like realistic and thus better, but I think that survives the transition to live action a little easier. When it's not like when a brand and a universe aren't rooted to two elements that are so fantastic they only really fit in a live, like in an animated environment. Okay. All that for like one Aqua Blaster, but whatever. Once I beat another boss, I'm gonna have a lot of inventory spots. But yeah, at this point, there's not really a reason to get into random fights, because I'm not getting stats, really. I guess money? Good for the money? That I can buy stuff? Whatever. I gotta go see my own gravesite and freak out. Flip my shit. Spill my marbles. I like how I'm the only person that's died in this entire village. I get this special gravesite. Yeah, OJ dude, that's the rumor according to Xbox Era podcast. Chrono Cross is on the remake block. Nobody can take anything away from him, our beloved Nug. Nor can anyone give anything to him. What came from the sea has returned to the sea. Oh, Nug. He's not going to take this well. His big old jorts. So kid just rolls up on you, right? Oh, never mind. What? What? Kick my dog! Yeah, Poshel just got booted. Chrono Trigger even be remade? It was pixel top-down game, right? Yeah, I mean, you could redo all the pixel artwork. That's what they're doing for Final Fantasy. Anime. You really think they'll remake it like Final Fantasy VII? No. I could not, for a second, imagine Square spending that amount of money to propel Chrono Cross into that territory. Yeah, Trials of Mana, I think, is probably the most ambitious remake you could expect out of something like Chrono Cross. I don't think anything will get remade like 7. Yeah. Maybe 10. I could see them remaking 10 in like maybe 5 years from now. Once 10 hits a certain wraparound sweet spot. And I think it's already there, but I think they've got to, like, if realistically speaking, if they were to do more of that, they would probably be starting those projects now, or have started them like a year ago, after sales came back for 7 Remake. I could see them doing 10. Maybe 13? Maybe not. But, I mean, I think 7 Remake surprised them with how well it sold, so I could see them scaling up that business. They're not very shy about mining a vein once they find it. Square Enix, that is. Yeah, 13 actually looks pretty good. I played a PC version with like a a fixer, basically, like a little DLL you drop in there, and just it basically fixes all of the all the messed up game. But it scales up really well on PC. I was really enjoying playing it on PC a while ago. I'm gonna have to try and remember how I was playing it. I think it was the Steam version with some fixes dropped in. Should have paid more attention to that dialogue. I catch myself thumbing through text when I'm reading chat sometimes. Salt and Pepor. I did not remember these guys at all. Of course, there's like an Abbott Costello stupid team of dudes. That's a weird gimmick that they like, I guess pulled. I guess it's like Team Rocket's thing. They were doing that in Final Fantasy for a while. That's interesting. Changing characters prompted them to take a turn. Oh no. They're tutorializing me. This is a pretty classic, like, Final Fantasy tactic too, to have a group of like the Turks, basically, right? The bumbling idiots show up to kind of tutorialize you in a game mechanic by doing it wrong. Real men don't need magic when they can fight with their might. That's right. Pepor. I think green is the opposite of yellow, but I don't have any of those spells, so... That's right, how tough am I? I mean, the toxic masculinity alert. I don't want anyone being accidentally exposed to toxic masculinity. Should have had a... Should have had a warning. You deserve that, at least. Reno and Root are no idiots. I guess that's true. But they're certainly, like, disarmed a lot. They're shown to not be true threats. But you're right, they have their glow up moments. It's not like, what was it, Cypher's? I think it was like Biggs and Wedge in 8, and then yeah. I guess it's maybe Biggs and Wedge in 7. Is the more point of comparison. Salt. Biggs and Wedge in 8 are there for 5 minutes and they die? Wait, what? I thought they palled around with Cypher the whole time. They were there until the end of the game, weren't they? And then they just kind of like gave up. And they're like, oh, we're gonna die for no reason if we stay here. Okay, fine, let's just leave. And they just like walk out of the game. That's what I remember. That's Fujin and Raijin. Oh, my bad. Wow, I completely got that mixed up. Wait, Fujin and Raijin were in the past, though. Those were Laguna's buds, weren't they? Fuck, I'm getting this all mixed up. Laguna's buds had other names. Okay, never mind. It's been a minute since I've played 8. Wait, what was it? 'Cause yeah, there was like a big fella and a tall skinny one, too. Yeah, Ward and something else? Crap. Yeah. I don't like everything about 8. Okay, alright. Ward and Kyros. Yes. Yes, there you go. Been a while. So many animes running around in my brain. What kind of weapon is that? Like a Klingon batleth. Shake it on out of here. Because salt and pepper. Yeah, you got nugged. Oh yeah, Ornstein and Smo. That's just cute versions of Ornstein and Smo, that's it. So Pashal's just gone, huh? Dead? Like, gone from my party. Can't have anyone be fighting with girl for players' attention. Say no? Okay. I haven't had a chance to say anything yet, but I'll say no. Look at this camera angle, though. These crimson skies. Make it girl instead of kid. My name's not girl, I'm girl. Alright, here we go. This is important. Supposed to pick no. No. What's up, Tilby? El Professor says, no, I'm girl. We're looking at girl right here. And then hit her with the ellipses. I do remember, so... What happens if you say no 3 times? Let's find out. I do remember games of this era being infatuated with trying to be like interactive movies. And most JRPGs are not. They're movies, and maybe there's interactive layers, but they're pretty steadfast about the narrative being non-interactive. Doesn't really react to what you do in the game. You get fights, they get stories. Kind of how it works out. Although this game was trying to do, like, I feel like it was trying to add a lot of story branching and stuff. It's trying to do the Mass Effect thing early. And maybe that's something about it that really resonated with me. There really aren't a lot of JRPGs that tried to do that. Maybe they would have like 1 or 2 things, like secrets that you could unlock. Suikoden had some like secret stuff. And it was all just like side content, but to actually change the beats of the story or to let you see different outcomes, not something that a lot of JRPGs did. And I feel like the experiments that people did with that sort of story design didn't pay off super well. So, I don't know. It's fun to see people still chasing that dragon. Refuser and you get Glenn later on. But you actually have to go through a section of the game without a partner, right? There's so many rumors about characters in this game that you could get that probably aren't possible. You can get Glenn in your party. I remember getting Glenn in my party, I think. Alright, now you get Lena and potentially the voodoo doll. I remember the voodoo doll. Alright, see you. Oh, Valkyrie Profile? Yeah. That game had such a cool concept and great execution. Yay! Pashal's back. How about that writing, though? We have to get rid of Pashal for this scene. A soldier will kick Pashal off the cliff. Lena's top 5. You have to turn down Kid, though. Oh. Ah, she's so understanding. Is this a one-off stream of this game? I don't know. I don't know. That's pretty impulsive stream of this game. Yeah. And then if you go through the swamp, you get the voodoo guy? I think there's like 2 ways to get there, but I could be wrong. Oh, it's the more subdued version of the victory theme. This game was the reason I bought a PS1 right before a PS2 came out. I kind of did the same thing. I was really late on the PS1 game. After I got a PC, I tried to use that for everything. I tried to run PlayStation emulators. You could like put a PlayStation disc in your CD-ROM drive and try to run it on an emulator. And it was like, that's how I played Lunar, but it just wasn't like, it didn't play music correctly. Like it would skip and jump and it drove me crazy. And I was like, I'm not playing a game with a soundtrack like this on a jumpy skippy thing. So yeah, this game is the reason I bought my own PlayStation finally. But because at that point I had like a job and some spending money. That's when I started to catch up on some of the PS1 classics too, like Suikoden. Another Scorcher. Oh yeah, you got this game before you got to play memory cards. You just had to leave it on. That was me with the PS2 when it launched. I couldn't afford a memory card. I couldn't afford any games either. So I bought the system and then I like rented the bouncer and then just left my PS2 running. Oh, C Bumpus. There we go. I saw the us right at the end, so I'm sorry I said that weird. Never got to play this game because I couldn't figure out how to emulate it as a dumb kid. Pumped to see you streaming it. Believe it or not, I'm not emulating this. This is my OG copy of Chrono Cross. A spatula? Good for smacking children's bottoms too. I'm curious how much flavored text is gonna be in the game. Oh, wait, hold on a minute. Evade percent goes up. Defense goes down. What a tough call. How are you supposed to know if any of those stat exchanges are worth it? Couldn't find this game for the life of me. Then my family went to go back to see Cirque du Soleil, and I found like 50 of them in a random shop. Oh, that's crazy. Regional differences in retro game availability. What if there's a reason, like, will NPCs still give me stuff if I talk to them here? Like a rainbow shell? Sounds like a real tragedy. Uh-oh. Not my sister yet. Got character art for that one though. Hoarding SOBs. What, the retailers? I wonder if places like that, I wonder if they put their inventory online, how it would sell. Radio Milkman, thanks for the cheer. I think I just heard a firework. We're gonna assume it's a firework. Man, the perspective of some of these environments is so cool. And they add just a teensy bit of motion in the leaves and stuff, just kind of pixels swirling around. Is so cozy. My kid is still jumping into the ocean. Good to know that that still happens. Oh, okay. Let's take off. what's weird, most of the characters that you can recruit have facial images for them, and then there's Kiki, one of the few NPCs with her own image. Huh. This was the pinnacle of JRPGs. Just remember that Fargo is your best friend. Alright. I will remember that. Thank you, Fargo, for being there for me. I'm kind of, I guess the things that are sticking out to me now. So yeah, you have to go north to Termina, I think. You can do that by going through, I think if you go through the marshes, you get the voodoo guy. If you go through the highlands, I guess you don't get anybody. Yeah, Julian, this world theme is too good. Talk to the guy who gave you the shark tooth. Okay. I kind of don't remember who it was, but... Mom is later when you have kid. Ah, okay. Alright. Never mind then. This the thing? No. Oh! Secret interaction. What the hell is going on here? Are these like weird little goblin fellas? Falls were considered a holy place by the worshippers of the divine dragon faith. Cultural takeover that ensued, the spiritual significance of places such as this was soon forgotten. Colonizers. That works pretty great. Damn. What? Maybe I show them the shark tooth. No? Okay. Thank you for the cheer, Radio Milkman. Make sure you get in fights in between bosses. There are many levels that help you gain stats. So even though the game has 40 plus party members, the one you use matter a little too much. Huh. Yeah, I do remember the leveling system of this game being a little quirky. Like, as long as you're getting significant stats for doing fights, you should do fights. But at some point, you kind of hit your your power cap. And then you just stop getting level ups. Alright, who gave me a shark tooth? Was it you? Maybe it was you. I don't know. Maybe not. One of the houses to the right. Oh, okay, thank you. Also, how you doing, Shadow? Good to see you. 2 a.m., so I'm gonna go to bed. Glad to catch you playing this, Sludog. Have a good night. I will. Hopefully you have a good night, too. Out of the way. I'll try to, like, that's true, you can get smaller stat bonuses after each boss. Smaller stat bonuses. Damn, okay. Jesus. These NPCs are just... like, they're all so sad. Oh. Is your title remade to beta, or is there some truth? It's a rumor. It was someone on a podcast said it. Oh, there's our guy. There's Mojo, right? Yeah. Mojo's kind of bad, though. Yeah, I remember not liking Mojo by the end of the game. He fucked me over at some point. Where can you find true love and peace of mind? Within Mojo! So this person is so grief-stricken that they have basically... God, what the fuck? Dropping a knot joke? Psych. You received a sacred lickaroo from Licky the cat. Not. What is going on? I didn't remember this game being playful too. Yeah, owned. Let me see my shark tooth for this guy. Down low, too slow. Why is this cult center so wacky? Oh yeah, this is the guy who was musing about the other versions of himself. Oh. Damn. Damn. Gave up. You gave up, my guy. Boogum? He's waking up. There we go. Look at his stupid face. Did they not let you name everyone? Also, I guess Boogum is his catchphrase. Got that giant nail in him. Doesn't he use that to attack? He like twirls around and stabs people with it? I guess that was another way that they tried to, that was another way they tried to inject more effort and, I think, variety into the JRPG experience, is that all the characters have custom attack animations. That was weird. Shinobi Shrink. Hello and welcome. Oh, he uses gloves? I guess maybe, like, that's his equipment, but I think his animations use the nail? I could be wrong. Maybe I wanted him to, but he never actually did. Yeah, they each have their own accent. It's so weird. Can you take elements off of people who aren't in your party? Or do you have to go to a save point to do that? Love how back in the day everyone had a different party playing this, made for fun talk in the schoolyard. Man, I didn't know anyone else who played this. I'm giving you the ivory vest. Each character has the 3 specials, with the third usually being an item you find. Specials? Man, I barely remember that. Yeah, you have to load them in, don't you? You only do that at a save point? At least it has a remove all button, but... Oh, that was an experience. Now I have this weirdo in my party. You learn them naturally with star levels? Oh, okay. Ooh. Oh no. Aw. I guess this is the reality where everyone gave up on their dreams. Everything went wrong. She gave up on her poetry. game is depressing. It's a very, like... What's so weird is the music can be so jubilant, and some of the art can be so vibrant and wonderful. But yeah, all the characters... It's like all the characters know they're living in a dream. In some way, it's almost like they know they're in a video game. They know that their existences are small and transient. Everyone seems fixated on that. It's cool when you get a character in one world, or get to a character in one world, then have them, then have them talk to their double and they trash them for giving up. Oh, you can do that? Yeah, this game is super existential, 100%. And I didn't realize the depth to which it's actually infuses into all the characters. Until I paid a little more attention to it. We played it as an older gentleman. Her husband left. Reminds me of Link's Awakening a little. Yeah, a little bit, yeah. Characters in Link's Awakening were certainly very absurdist, which I feel like is a bit of crossover with... I feel like existentialism, nihilism, and absurdity are all kind of locked together. If you realize that nothing matters, then everything is crazy. Everything is absolutely absurd all the time. And it's hard to think about things like that without brushing up against pure nihilism of just... Like, how is it possible to both truly accept that life is sad and short and over way too soon, but also still embrace every moment, knowing that, you know, it's all gonna conclude someday. That music is really good too. Man, these battle environments are slick looking. It's got all the like moving clouds in the background and stuff. Wait, what is this called? Hold on. The Bubba Dingo. These are Bubba Dingoes. Hold on, I've run into some Bubba Dingoes. Yeah, he totally flips around and uses his nail. I knew it! Reality is entropy. We are order, more complex entropy phenomenon. I see what you mean. Our very existence is contrary to the to nature's slide into entropy. I don't know though. Nature has moments of innate reorganization as well. I think it's a cynical. I'm assuming a lot here, but I think it's a pretty cynical outlook of our reality, that it always slides into disrepair. Spiders make webs, you know. Animals have kids. I guess on a long enough time scale, there's heat death and all that shit. Too high for this existentialism talk. Hey, it's inevitable in a game like this, I guess. I guess I didn't see that one coming. Usually JRPGs are like, they're mellow affairs, but they don't challenge your sense. They don't challenge your right to exist. Ah, in the element allocation screen, if you move to the left beyond the 3 characters, you can access characters outside the team. That's perfect. Thank you. Aha! Look at that. Oh, triangle. Wow. I don't know if I ever knew that. Ever playing this game. Holy cow. Thank you for the incredible tip. Egg? Draggy? Wait, what are you talking about? Get order from chaos, see the physics of star interiors. Alright, that was easy. The song is rhythmically similar to the fair music from Chrono Trigger. There are tons of cheeky little references and acknowledgments of Chrono Trigger's music in Chrono Cross. That's one of the things I love about it so much. This is my first time drinking as a relatively great amount since my daughter was born 2.5 years ago. Let's go! World War, you've been a responsible parent this whole time? You've earned it. You've earned a break. I'm gonna try and fight that jumping bird thing, though. Okay. What would you have to do? Stop that howling. There's a ghost in Arnie Village. Now this mysterious howling. Can I go in this tent? Since you did pretend to be the Exorcist, do you get to be? Do we get to recruit a luchador? I hope so. Oops. Grab the egg, then book it back to the ladder. What? I didn't even see an egg. What are you talking about? Oh, this is probably gonna kill me, huh? Was this the bird I wasn't supposed to fight? Look at this little wiener guy. Look at you. Who are you? What are you doing? He moves out of different... He moves holes. What are you doing? This thing is gonna kill me. I can feel it. It has a hand in there. Yeah, Relic, I don't know what I'm watching. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. I don't have any spells that are... mine here. Don't one-shot me, please. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, it's mad. It's squarking. It's squarking. Uh-oh. Now it's really squarking. Crap. I'll fight. Still squarking. Oh no. Hey, wonderful senpai. Never thought you'd see anyone play this ever. I guess I've never really seen it. I guess I've seen it in like maybe speedrunning marathons and stuff, but yeah, not a popular game. I mean, I get it. It's kind of hard to play, make JRPGs interesting over long forms. I think maybe as long as I don't run out of stamina, maybe it won't attack me. Maybe? Okay. Yeah, all I did was squark. They gave the woman a kitchen utensil to fight with. Head upgrades to a frying pan. It's just how video games should be. Alright, well. Beat up that bird. Can I... Is this a... Okay, cool. I'll probably need that for something. Alright, now somebody said something about an egg. Egg. I have to get an egg. I really think there's a monster down there. to talk to the... Oh! Jesus Christ. Oh my god. Is he the one screaming? There he is. There's the detached clown skull that was apparently howling like a skull, or like a banshee or something. I don't have a body and I don't remember a thing. You can understand what I'm going through. Sure. Once you find his body parts, he becomes a party member, right? Alright, well, screaming solved. I'm a pretty good adventurer. Liliana Dockhill? Hold on. Dockwill. Liliana Dockwill. Thank you very much for the resub. Detached skulls were all the rage. I guess so. Yeah, there's a weird amount of, like, sidekick skulls, huh? Go down spine to get egg. Voice to Viper Manor? God damn it. Pretty sure there's something inside the skull. Hold on, let's take a look. A human skull painted with clown's makeup. It says it's searching for its body and lost memories. I like this high-def art for all the items. That's pretty cool. How goes the crossing that isn't animal-related? Pretty well. I should probably go save. Should I go save? Because I beat that bird up and I got the flower. I'm gonna save. This feels like a way to die. Always save. I agree. Wait, did that bird count as a star level? I don't think it did. I don't think I got star for that. Yeah, it's lame. That bird squarked real hard. There's a bird down there. You can outrun it, but yeah, save. Yeah. I mean, I kind of want to fight it, though. Just because. Excuse me. Goodness. I do love that post-sneeze clarity, though. Weird. Ads are telling me to buy Far Cry. Yeah? Well, do it! If you buy Far Cry, I will get $3 billion. So do it already. What are you waiting for? She has a big old ladle. Gonna recruit Glenn? That'd be cool, I guess. I'm gonna play this like it's 2000 and I'm starting it for the first time. Experiencing it with fresh eyes, fresh anime eyes. Also, I have chat here to tell me what to do. The PlayStation emulator on the PS3 have quick or save states? I don't think so. It's got some like texture blending options and stuff that I have turned off because I kind of like the chunkiness. Oh, I'm still getting some stats. I recently finished Cyberpunk just in time for the 1-year anniversary. Hey, nice. What ending did you get? The bellflower is an item needed for Glenn, so we're on the right track. Yes. This is going to be the most satisfying, cozy, enjoyable playthrough ever. Yeah. I know what I'm doing, alright? Hey, buddy. I know what I'm doing. Give me a break, pal. I know what I'm doing. I explored 2 innings. My first choice was actually the sun. I even know that one. But, nice. Yeah, I'm still working my way towards, like, my second ending. And I guess the Nomad ending is what I'm gonna try to go for. Alright, let's go fuck up this bird. Where are you, bird? Bird egg. Get out of here, bird. Look at him hopping. Look at him. Look at him how stupid he is. How do I get over to that guy? Another one of those, like, hot dog totems. What the? I don't like it. I don't like it. Oh, you were playing through this game on your phone recently? What's up, Artmonger? I'm gonna go fight him. Oh, he's already mad. Look at this giant egg. Huge egg found in the Fossil Valley. What kind of egg it is remains yet unknown. Alright. I have your child. I stole your child. Are you mad about it? Are you mad? Stay mad, stupid bird. All trolled. Alright. Let's get murdered. Oh, it's one of the Johnny-specific endings. Okay. Alright. Maybe I haven't seen it yet. Oh, it's the same dodo as before, right? That's what it seems like. Mind if I comment on what to do? If it's in service of enjoying more of the game, sure, but I'm not looking for people to just straight up tell me how to play the whole game. Give me the space to make personalized decisions. But beyond that, feel free to, like, discuss the game. Suggest things. I'm not super protective of the gameplay experience, really. This was a bad idea. Thanks for gifting a sub. Yeah, JP, there are some mods for Cyberpunk. There's a lot of, like, small-scale aesthetic stuff, like different hair for this character, a different shirt or something like that. But it's not quite as... I don't know, I came in on Witcher 3 a little late, but the mod scene was pretty vibrant by the time I got to the game. And yeah, I don't see a whole lot... Didn't see a whole lot of that with Cyberpunk. Every time I play, I go and check, and it's most like, God, there's so many horny fucking horny mods. Which, yeah, that's how it always is, but usually there's that and maybe a little bit else. Uh-oh, this is probably gonna eat my lunch. Ooh! Lena's down. I don't have resurrection abilities either, so... Herm Dog, thanks for gifting a sub. To Shuba Steve. There's one combat overhaul mod, yeah. I like it when you can have a broken build. It does seem like that's kind of the point of Cyberpunk. It's not there to, like, make every encounter a hard gaming thing. It's trying to be more... Like, the open world aspect of it is a little more Bethesda-y. And I think the difference is, though, that it does give you different ways. Like, they all work. It's just kind of like what kind of cool Cyberpunk shit you want to do. But I am a Cyberpunk apologist. Okay, they come back with 1 HP. Oh, if you have tablets in your party, you can... Or if you have tablets in your inventory, you can use them? Catch you next time, Mr. Quintessential. Thanks again for the show. No sweat at all. Thank you for watching. That's kind of weird. Oh, whatever. Alright, I murdered the bird. See, y'all made me scared of the bird for no reason. Now I get to go up and brag to that dude. See? I want to talk to this guy. What if he says something depressing? Sniper's real fun. Hack becomes a cakewalk and too easy, to be honest. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I did hacking the first time. I thought it was cool to, like, hack people's brains open through walls. But yeah, once you can do that, how do you even make the game balanced? I guess trying to make enemy netrunners more of a threat, but they only went so far. Oh yeah, this track. You know you're dealing with bungling idiots when you hear this. And the things I would do for a Chrono Trigger remake in the style of Dragon Quest XI. That would be pretty cool. Aw, man. Re-record all the music too? Oh. I loved this game as a kid. The possibility of going back and getting all the 101, I think, party members was enticing. Suikoden didn't have that many. I don't think Chrono Cross did, but there were a lot. We're gonna use the right elements this time. It's gonna be different. Just you wait. Here it comes. Oh, there were 40 in this game? Okay. Oh, these wacky dudes. Black element that makes your foe more susceptible to attacks of the opposite color attribute? Wait, what? I didn't quite get that. So, if the field effect is black, it makes them more vulnerable to white? Doesn't sound right. I thought it made black spells stronger. Ooh, relic. Yeah, the Cyberpunk crossover we didn't know we needed is Forza Horizon? Yeah. There are so many cool looking cars in Cyberpunk. Man. They use turn black, which makes you weak to white elements. Oh, okay, maybe I just misread then. Okay, I get it. But it itself is a black spell, which makes black spells stronger. That's kind of weird. You temporarily changed Nug's element attribute to black. Got it, Grump. Okay. I was thinking about the wrong thing. It's kind of an opposite effect. Oh, he's using the Pepor box. Hey! That's good stuff. Yeah, this is how you fill out your element grid. Ooh. I love every time an Abbott and Costello act show up in a game. It's weird that it doesn't happen more often. Yeah. That design sensibility is just too good. Tall and skinny. Short and round. Now, I think Termina has some bomb-ass music. Where kids said she'd be. But, like, it's weird, too, because... Hold on a minute. This game is... Most Final Fantasy games have, like, a moment where they go open world, and this sort of presents the illusion of exploration and choice. This game already has some other places I can go. Like, I could choose to go over here, And I guess a lot of these places are probably walled off, but it's interesting to at least to even have the choice to do that. Usually that's not even a thing. Go right to Viper Manor. Lots to do in Termina. Lots of characters to interact with. I think maybe Home Termina was the track I was waiting for then. Oh. Bellflowers, you say. How cool he looks. Get that X-Strike move, yeah. Cross slash. Oh, there it is. Okay, this is the another Termina theme. Dang it! No! I wanted more of the music. I just wanted to run around a bit. I like how it got quieter because there's talking, even though there's not talking. All right. Yeah, this is when I tried to learn on piano, but those polyrhythms are murder. My brain was like snapping in half. Oh, drummer boy, gonna head to bed? Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here in a second. I would like to I gotta sneak into Viper Manor, alright. I would like to play this game more. But now I've got 3 JRPGs. I just have to stream more, I think. Gotta put in the time. Keep biting off these like 60-hour games. Might as well say yes this time. The obvious choice, yeah. The only thing any NPCs are talking about, so we ought to go do it. Oh, okay. Party management item. Hope this one sticks around. Having a great time watching this. I mean, I'm having a great time playing it. And it's really great that there are a lot of people who have... Oh, she gets the full victory theme. It's really good that there are a lot of people who have a lot of knowledge about it in chat. Definitely leads to me seeing a lot more of a game than I would just on my own, which I appreciate. Appreciate you introducing this game to me. Would it be worth watching Chrono Trigger to fully understand, or does it stand alone well enough? It stands alone well enough. I would say the only reason you'd want to like know about Chrono Trigger is to just appreciate the musical references. That's really it. So if you listen to the Chrono Trigger soundtrack, that would give you maybe a base to hear a lot of what comes back in this game. She's got her own shit already. Look at that. Everyone's really over on Master Viper, huh? But yeah, I had thought about trying to play through the Chrono series, playing like Chrono and then playing a translation of Radical Dreamers. But yeah, the mention of a remake of this kind of sent me into a spiral of just needing to play it. And it was Weeby Wednesday. All right, let's hear that. That'll wrap it up for tonight. I'm gonna go spend some quality time with Steph. And I think I will find time to pick this back up. As we approach the holidays, I'm hoping I can set aside some days to like just cocoon up and play games like this. When I first started streaming full time, I did that with Witcher 3. Did like 12-hour streams of just Witcher. So I could definitely see doing that. It's almost like a holiday tradition for me to dedicate some only one saved, living dangerously. That's what New Game Plus is for, right? I'll be lucky if I even get that far. But thank y'all for watching. That's definitely something I try to do on the stream, is dig out the old gems that are worthy of looking at. And I have to admit, in my revisit of Chrono Cross, I am surprised at this game is not shy about being existentially wistful. It hits you with some heavy ideas right at the beginning. So I'm really curious to see how it develops that. I remember going pretty deep into like what is even identity? What is a person? How do you know who you are? A lot of that stuff. And I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. I like big thoughts. So, this is a big think stream. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Happy holidays, everybody. Tomorrow, since it's like a holiday, Thanksgiving and all that, definitely want to spend some of that with Steph, but I think I might just stream Doom Eternal or Cyberpunk, or both. Those are like my comfort games. The games that I spend a lot of time with and enjoy. And I think are pretty good to have on in the background, too. I feel like Doom Eternal, the imagery of Doom Guy chainsawing through a demon reminds me of somebody carving a turkey. So that fits, right? Right? Sorry, Wonderful Senpai, yeah, I came in a bit late, but... Anyway, thank you all very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see some of you tomorrow. Or in the future. Alright, have a good night, everyone. Happy holidays!